Hey everybody, Rosematter here. Welcome to part 30 of my Tsukihime playthrough. So a big bomb dropped in the last episode after Shiki slowly going mad from having the other Shiki kind of like invade his brain, take over his memories, his thoughts, is that the girl we thought was Kohaku when we were a kid who played with us, was super cheerful, was actually Hisui, and Kohaku was the one that was basically kept in the house all the time, staring out at us, and that's the reason why when we brought the ribbon to Hisui at the beginning, she seemed kind of like unaffected by it, didn't really seem to remember it. So that kind of flips everything on its head, and then Hisui said, like, after we left the mansion to go live with the Arimas, that basically their roles switched and Kohaku became the super outgoing and happy one. So that's, I mean, I said it before, whenever you've got a situation where you've got twin characters, there's probably going to be a moment where you confuse one for the other, but to go the whole game and like not realizing that I had the person, that I had them switched from the beginning was pretty crazy. So yeah, with that revolution, I assume that like Hisui's gonna maybe become more like her original self. Maybe she's going to, I don't know, revert back to that happy self. Maybe she'll let her true self shine. We'll see. Also, really quick note that because of some nonsense going on with my apartment and having to get some construction renovations done, I most likely won't have an episode of Tsukihime out next week, along with my other regularly scheduled videos. So if you don't see a video out next week, that's going to be why. So that's that. Let's get back into it and let's see what happens next. I rest in bed. My body relaxes a little bit, but the bed being much more comfortable than the floor. So he covers me with a clean sheet and brings me a glass of water. Shiki-sama, are you able to drink by yourself? Yeah, I think I can manage that. Taking the glass from her, I drink my first glass of water in a day. The water quenches my thirst. The water seems to fill me completely, up to my fingertips. I give the glass back to Hisui and fall back onto the bed. Shiki-sama, no, that's not it. I actually feel good. I was just relaxing. My health actually seems better. Shiki-sama, do not scare me like that. It'd not be very surprising if you really did collapse in your condition. She looks at me with uneasiness in her eyes. That look makes me want to thank her. It also makes me feel regret. Shiki-sama, does it hurt anywhere? If you're in pain, please do not hesitate to tell me. No, nothing really hurts right now. Well, my heart hurts. Hisui is worrying about me right now, just like always. All I've done in return to her is to act stupidly. Not even realizing her absolute devotion, all I've done is bring pain to her heart. And to that time when I did those terrible things to her, even though it turned out to actually be Kohaku-san, I still did them to Hisui. And that's not all. I dreamt about killing people, and in accordance with that, I dreamt about violating her. I do not deserve to be cared for by Hisui. Shiki-sama, was the water not pleasing to you? I shake my head no. That's not it. Thanks for everything. I never even thought drinking water could help me this much. But that's enough. I don't deserve to be treated this well by you. Shiki-sama, are you still saying that? I just want to help you. It doesn't matter if you deserve it or not. No, it's not you. Yeah, I'm the one at fault here. Hisui gives me nothing but devotion, but I repay her with cruelty. If you're here with me, I'll probably do something horrible again. So, before I do anything, please leave. I beg you. I don't want to hurt you anymore. Hisui doesn't say anything, but she has to understand what I'm saying. After several seconds of silence, it appears she understands as she raises her head and nods. I refuse. I'm sorry it had to be this way, but wait a minute. Hisui, what did you just say? I said, I refuse. Those words are not enough, and I cannot leave you alone. Until you can give me a valid reason, I will not follow your command. Hisui responds clearly. Please tell me the reason, Shiki-sama. Unless you do, I will not move one step. What? Her eyes are dead serious. I bet she could tell if I'm telling a lie or an excuse. And more than anything, I don't want to lie to her. I get it, so if I tell you the reason, you'll go? Yes. If it's something that can convince me, then I will fulfill your command. I take a deep breath. Mentally prepared, I open my mouth. Hisui, I see dreams where I kill people. Every night, I dream I kill someone I don't know and drink their blood. You see dreams? Is that supposed to be your reason, Shiki-sama? No, the thing is, I can't tell if they're dreams or not. Maybe it's that I don't notice, but I might be killing people in reality. Just like the old man, there might be another self in me I don't know about, walking the streets killing people. Maybe if these people just told me what was actually going on, then I wouldn't have to be so, like, freaked out all the time. Shiki-sama, that's impossible. You're acting like the normal Shiki-sama right now. Right now I am, but sometimes I get these strange thoughts. The dreams I see, they may simply be my memories. And truthfully, I did kill someone 8 years ago. I actually have the memory of looking down on that blood-stained kid. Shiki-sama, please get a hold of yourself. Thinking that you're a blood-sucking monster is surely too strange. Yeah, it's strange, but I can't laugh it off. Hisui, you don't know it, but I guess those of the Tohno family are different from normal people. The old man had split personalities, and even Akiha was sucking Kohaku-san's blood. Anyway, the people of the Tohno family are not normal, so I'm not normal either. I can't stop myself from lusting after you and Kohaku-san. It's all right now, but if I get that headache for sure, I'll do something terrible to you. Shiki-sama, Nei-san and I have known of that from the very beginning. Huh? You knew? Knew what? That the people of the Tohno are not normal. No, in other words, you were the only one that did not know. Nei-san and I have known since we were first brought to the mansion. What? But do not think that is anything strange. Nei-san and I, we also carry a power. Okay, yes, let's get into your power, please. Carry a power that's not normal. It was because of that power that Makahisa-sama brought us here. Regarding the Tohno family, we know much more than you, Shiki-sama. Certainly, you can call the Tohno blood abnormal, but Shiki-sama, that has nothing to do with you. You do not have a split personality like Makahisa-sama, nor are you a vampire that sucks human blood. Shiki-sama, you are rather someone closer to Nei-san and I. Oh, I hope not close in like a relative way. I'm closer to you? Yes, you are definitely not a killer. Please just trust me for now, and let me take care of you. No, it still doesn't make a difference to the fact that, I still want you. If you remain here, I'll do something I can't take back. About this problem, will you allow me to ask a question? Eh? Yeah, I don't mind. Shiki-sama, do you not like Nei-san and I? Huh? Hisui asks something totally absurd, and then she starts fidgeting with her fingers. Do I not like Hisui and Kohaku-san? Nothing could be further from the truth. Look, there's no way I could ever not like either of you. I'm always thankful to Kohaku-san and to you. I'm always thinking about how thankful I am to you. She lets out the breath she was holding. She visibly relaxes for some reason. Then there's no problem. Your condition has put you under a lot of stress. This caused things in your mind to come up into your dreams. That means your thoughts are your true feelings. So, is it not odd to feel that way if you have any liking towards us? Or sorry, it is not odd. It's true, but even still, it's strange to lust after the both of you like this. It's a bit dangerous, but Shiki-sama, you've always endured it, right? Then it will not be a problem. You say that you're dangerous, but you're a stronger person than that. If you've held out for this long, you can still do so, right? Besides, it's your own will, so in no way do you have split personality. Well, the theory might be right, but it isn't that simple. But just seeing that trusting smile, I feel like I have to hold on, no matter what. Alright, if you say so, and you can be close by me. I'll try to hold myself in track as much as possible. No, that's not exactly what I meant. Hisui blushes and looks down. I don't get it. She just looks up at me from time to time with a difficult expression. Hisui, did I say something weird? She just stares at me. I start to feel very uncomfortable. My heart beats faster under tension. I feel uneasy, like I got caught with something and I'm about to get yelled at for it. Thump, 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 thump. Crap, I start to feel a little dizzy, probably because I'm nervous. My consciousness starts to flutter. I forgot all about it, but my body isn't in the condition to keep talking. I feel like throwing up every time my heart pounds. Hisui, I hate to do this to her, but maybe it's better if I just sleep right now. Shiki-sama, are you suffering? Just a little bit, but it's not serious. You don't have to worry about it. No, at this rate, you'll surely die. Nei-san said you may not last until evening. What? I feel a chill as I hear that. It's not like I haven't thought about it. When this body did not heal, I've imagined many times that my weakening body will only end in death, but still, to hear it from someone else like that sends a chill up my spine. I don't know what to say. Should I just accept it? Should I deny it? I can't do either. I felt my body would die pretty soon, but it just doesn't feel real. It's like I'm just watching the life of some sick person on a sort of television show. Akiha-sama and Ne-san left in order to save you, but they may not make it, so they're going to go track down Shiki. So all the badass stuff is happening off screen. But they may not make it in time, even if they're successful. If your body runs out of energy before that, there's no point. So she's like, so you gotta do me in order to, like, get your energy back, right? Ugh. Well, I guess you're right. I don't know what the two of them are doing. She says they're going to save me, but are they searching for something that can cure my condition? But all that work, it'd be useless if I die before they get home. But, you know, there is a way to give you energy, so you'll be able to last until they come back. What could that possibly be? Please excuse me, but if you'd allow it, then I can perform that method. Hisui hesitantly looks at my face. She says there's a method to save me, at least for tonight. If that's true, then I have no reason to refuse it. It isn't a matter of allowing or not. If it can help me even a little, then we don't have a choice. I'd like to ask for it myself. Yes, then Shiki-sama, could you please close your eyes for just a bit? Close my eyes? Well, sure. Is that good? Close my eyes. Well, sure. Is this good? That is fine. Please do not move. I hear her footsteps. The rustling of her clothes tells me she's coming closer. And then, something shifts onto the bed and I feel something touch my lips. A tender sensation. I feel the warmth of a human body, and it must be Hisui's lips. My body heats up, her lips hesitantly pressing up against mine. This sensation, and the feeling of her breathing, seems to fill my body like a drug. Thump, thump. With just a kiss, my mind goes totally white. I am pleasantly floating away. All my pain, all my tiredness melts away like ice on a summer day. Hisui exhales. The small contact between us starts to get heavier. I don't know what I'm doing. It's just that her lips feel so good, so I press back with mine. Shiki-sama. Hisui hesitantly starts to pull back. I don't want that, and I pull her closer to me. Pulling her in, I seek out her lips. Hisui resists slightly as she might be having a hard time breathing, but I can't stop. Her breath, her lips, her warmth, it all feels so good. With my eyes still closed, I slip my tongue in between her lips. Unlike before, now she really tries to pull back. I embrace her body to hold on to her and continue to seek out her tongue. If I open my eyes, I bet I'll see her distressed face. If I saw that, I'd let her go right away. And so instead, I continue blindly twirling my tongue against hers. Our wet tongues intertwine. Just the sensation of my tongue against another's drives me wild. Just the fact my sensitive tongue is feeling someone else's tongue makes my rational thought about to explode. And because it's Hisui's tongue, it crumbles completely away. The red, tangled tongues continue their dance. Even though our lips separate, our tongues have become one. This isn't just some sort of metaphor. Our tongues are stuck together with all of our saliva. I wonder how long that lasted. Before I know it, my body's burning, and Hisui's at the side of the bed adjusting her clothes. Thump. Thump, thump. I'm out of breath. Thump, thump, thump. My body, it feels incredibly warm. My heart races uncontrollably. Hisui stands by the side of the bed, averting her gaze in embarrassment. I don't exactly know why she did that. Hisui, just now, why? Why did she kiss me? Why did nothing more than a kiss heal me better than any medicine? I don't understand any of it. That is the way I can help you, Shiki-sama. Help me, but how? I really don't know how. It's just that Ne-san and I can transmit some of our energy to those we press our bodies against. If we exchange bodily fluids, we're able to recognize that person as someone like us, and it lets us share our energy and amplify their powers. What are you talking about? Ever since we were born, we have had special... But that's not good. That means probably that they were forced to do that with Makihisa, considering that, you know, he's all about trying to stop himself from, like, going crazy. I'm guessing that's what happened, and maybe why she's so, like, against being touched is probably her and Kohaku both had to do stuff like that. We're not like the Tohno family, but we are special people born from normal people. Makihisa-san called us synchronizers. Ah, I think the word was in the old man's journal. Makihisa-sama brought us here to suppress his increasing Tohno self. We're more suited for amplifying one's power rather than sharing our power. Makahisa-sama synchronized with Nason with his human side, and barely stayed sane. No, she doesn't have to tell me all this. Oh, is that why Kohaku was the one that was all, like, withdrawn? The fact that it was Kohaku that had to do that. She doesn't have to tell me that, but by the exchange of bodily fluids, it must mean. Oh, God. I don't understand completely, but your body, it's sort of like a medicine. Especially because, like, they would have been children when he was doing that. Ew, 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 ew. I hate that I was right about that. Yes, normally it would not have much of an effect, but now your energy is very low. I believe you'll be able to at least return to your normal state, even with my powers. I see. That's why I feel so good right now. I squeeze my hands. Moving. Yeah, I can move. My joints are a little stiff, but I can move my body with my own will. Being able to do such a simple thing makes me so happy right now. Thank you, Hisui. It looks like my body's back to normal thanks to you. I throw my arms up in the air, but she still looks uneasy. As I think back, her breath felt so good, I forced Hisui to continue kissing me. Oh, I'm sorry, your breath, it felt so good, so I... No, what happened before was a good thing. I don't think I would have been able to transfer any fluids by myself. Hisui looks at me embarrassed. But Shiki-sama, this is a temporary treatment. You'll return to your original state soon. What? For real? My previous state? You mean back to the way I was? No, anything but that. Being able to move like this again, I finally understand. These past few days, my body has been terribly wrong. So now, since I can move again, thinking about my body going back to the way it was sends shivers down my spine. What should I do? I don't ever want to go through that again. Being like a puppet with its strings cut, my head feeling like it's being split open. This time, before my body would stop, I think my mind would break first. Shiki-sama, I do not want you to have to return to the way you were before either. Therefore, can you share your body with me a little deeper this time? With her fingers trembling, she says this while looking directly at me. My heart skips a beat. Sharing our bodies deeper means, it means exchanging our bodily fluids, so that would mean... That's, Hisui remains silent. Should I be the one to say it? In other words, I have to make love to you. Hisui nods wordlessly. My face instantly flushes crimson. The very thought makes me happy, but... No, that's bad. I can't go back to the way I was, but that's bad. Using you like that to make me feel better? That's just wrong. I emphatically refuse her offer. Hisui's still silent. It seems more like she's hurt by my words instead of being relieved by my refusal. No, it's not that I don't want you. It's just strange. It might help me, but to use your body like that, it's wrong. There is only something wrong with you, Shiki-sama. I understand you do not want me, but if I do not do this, you'll die tonight. So how can you say such things like that? No, that is... Right. That's why Hisui's suggesting this preposterous plan. Hisui, who can't even stand contact with the opposite gender, is suggesting this because my life is at stake. So, she says all that for my sake. She's saying I can sleep with her, with like or dislike having nothing to do with it. Isn't it okay? I don't want to die either. I mean, all I have to do is sleep with her, and if I don't like it, then there really is something wrong with me. Hisui watches me quietly. Her fingers are still shaking. As uneasy as I am, she's still far more uneasy. But she hides it and tries to act normally. She's doing so much for me, so why? Hisui, is this all right with you? Yes, if I can be useful to you, then I'll be satisfied. No, that's not what I meant. Is she really okay with giving her body to someone she does not love? I don't like it. I want to sleep with her. I think I love her, and I want to do things for her sake. But those are two different things. Simply put, I don't want to sleep with her because I don't know if she loves me or not. Is it okay, giving out your body like that? Won't you regret it later? I do not know, but I just have one request to ask of you. Request? Yes, Shiki-sama. If you were to like me even just a little bit, just for now, please think only of that. If you were to love me just for now, I would never regret this. Hisui speaks, still trembling. I'm stupid. I've never felt more stupid than I do right now. What do I mean by I don't want to if Hisui doesn't love me? Really? I don't deserve to say that. Come here, right now. I really need you. Hisui draws closer. Reaching out my arms, I draw her towards me. But don't get me wrong, even without my condition, I've always wanted you the most, for all this time. Then, bringing her down onto the bed, I run my fingers across her body. I untie her ribbon and it swishes downwards. Hisui's voice quivers. I pretend I didn't hear her, and I untie the belt of her apron behind her back. Shiki-sama, Hisui looks at me with unknowing, uneasy eyes. Is this your first time? Yes, please forgive me. Her voice fades to a whisper, and her cheeks blush bright red. Quivering, she clenches the sheets as if to fight back her fear. But Shiki-sama, I was thinking it might not be necessary to take my apron off. It doesn't look like she wants to take off her clothes and bare herself. She looks uneasily at me, like a scared rabbit, but that just makes my heart go on fire. Nope, if you don't take off your clothes, then I won't be able to do anything. I wonder how this comes off. Holding on to Hisui from behind, I search for something like a zipper, but I can't seem to find it. Hey, how do you put this on? This doesn't really look like it can be taken off. This is a one piece, so it is difficult to take off in this position. I see, I guess that can't be helped. So, just like this, I want you to... Not a chance. If I get this far and still don't get to see her body, I'll kill myself. A little dramatic. No, Hisui, stand up and take it off. If you don't, it'll be a little difficult. But if I do, I'll be naked. Yeah, I want to see your body. I can't make love to you with your clothes on. I'll be missing out on too much. Missing out too much? Shiki-sama. She looks troubled. Hisui herself is embarrassed, but it seems she's still trying to follow my orders. Yes. After some consideration, she quietly stands up. Shiki-sama, can we turn off the lights? Be funny if, like, the whole H scene was just, like, in the black, like, there's no lights on. That's a big minus. I hadn't realized it, but it is quite dark outside. If I turn off the lights, there's only the moonlight to light up the room. I do not want to otherwise, but if you insist, I'll follow your orders. But I might hate you for that, though. She's good. She never asks for anything for herself normally, but her words strike me where I'm weak. I understand. I'll turn off the lights, so take off your clothes. I flick the switch off. At the same time, I hear her clothes coming off. She must be used to them as she takes off her maid uniform rather easily. The sound of gentle breathing reaches my ears. Are you sleeping? Placing her on the bed, I pull the sheets over her. Unlike Hisui, who's exhausted, I still have a lot of energy. No, even though I'm tired, the condition I had before is totally gone, so it seems for tonight, I can move like a normal person once again. Hisui sleeps in my bed. It might be because she helped me regain my strength, but she's absolutely exhausted. Or maybe I pushed her too hard. I feel a tinge of regret. All of this was her first time, so that was really too much for her. But she's just so cute, I couldn't help it. I make up an excuse, but it can't be helped. Hisui sleeps, taking relaxed breaths. I'm going to take action. It has to be now. Sorry, sleep just a little bit longer. After running my hand through her hair one last time, I change my clothes and leave the room. Yay, we're finally leaving the room. Yay. That's right. Akiha and Kohaku-san aren't here. This is a good opportunity. I can do some investigating into what happened 8 years ago. I enter the old man's room. This place should definitely have something to answer my questions. The desk drawer, it's empty now. There might be something that belongs to the old man in one of the locked drawers, but I don't think he'll keep something that important here. It'd be great if he had a safe or something. I search the room. Here it is. I find something like a safe pretty easily. There's no external lock, and I don't know the dial combination. So, I take off my glasses, and I cut its line. There seems to be an old diary and some envelopes. The diary looks like that of a child's. The other looks like some old letters. Old letters? Why? The handwriting is definitely my old man's. It's fragmented, and I can't understand it at first glance. The date starts in the summer of 8 years ago. It seems to continue on a little past that. I don't understand it yet, but I continue leafing through it. Month, day, my son Shiki succumbed to his Tohno blood. Shiki. He killed my adopted son who happened to be there. The adopted son is the heir of the house Nanaya. I love how he's writing this in his diary as if he doesn't know this information. I guess it is blessing in all the unfortunate events that he isn't in the same family as the synchronizers. Like Kohaku and Hisui. Like, what perfect information to write down. Thank you. So, like, this is a little bit more information that we're getting from 4. So it's good to know we're not related to Kohaku and Hisui. Yay, excellent. Shiki's inversion impulse is terrible. So it was determined he must be eliminated. I have my duty as the head of the Tohno household, but killing my own son is so difficult. The Tohno blood more in Shiki than Akiha. Talking about potential, I feel an older origin in Akiha's blood, but Shiki's Tohno blood runs much stronger. I assume that is why Shiki inverted before he became an adult. Shiki's powers are immortality and fusion. Shiki could not manage the awakened powers and as a result, killed the adopted Nanaya child, taking his life. I have to say it was a superb job for using his powers for the first time. Both Shiki and the adopted son managed to escape death before I killed Shiki. And of course he doesn't happen to say what the adopted son's name is. Of course. Before I killed Shiki, he killed the adopted son and stole his life, regenerating himself with it. I don't know if it's because he was so close to death, but Shiki has regained some of his sanity. Even though it's dangerous, I will not kill him, but simply separate him from the mansion for a while. On the other hand, the adopted child of Nanaya will not live long, even if he does survive. Even if he does heal, his life has been taken by Shiki. His body can die at any day. As long as the adopted child lives, there is a possibility that his mind will be attuned with Shiki's. It seems it's a side effect of their two lives being linked, but if that happens, the adopted son will die eventually, so there's no problem there. The problem of maintaining appearances to normal society still remains. Shiki has killed the adopted Nanaya child. I've covered up the incident, but Shiki cannot be shown to the public. The wound I gave him hasn't healed, and his figure is transformed. He's not in a condition to be brought in front of others as Tohno Shiki. He cannot be called human either. The Nanaya child still lives. As long as he lives, I've decided to use him. If there's any disagreements, I'd like to hear them. Complementarity. The Nanayas are a family that produces killers. If that adopted son happens to stay alive, the link between him and Shiki may corrupt Shiki's mind. Even if Shiki regains his sanity, I cannot deny the possibility— Oh, that's interesting that I'm the one to turn Shiki insane rather than the other way around. Okay. I cannot deny the possibility of the Nanaya child's influence turning him into a killer. Or we could just be like we're just bad influences to each other. To not let this happen, we must have him somewhere where we can keep an eye on him. But we cannot allow him near the Tohno mansion either. I should have him raised by an appropriate branch of the family. The Tohno blood has awakened within Shiki. Maybe it's because he was so close to death, but he's regained his sanity like before. But I don't know if something will cause him to invert again. Even though it tears me apart, I cannot allow Shiki near the Tohno mansion either. I place him in the care of a trusted servant. I still haven't received word that his sanity has completely been restored. A year has passed with him under the care of another house. My heart is in anguish. It's so hard for me when I think of the way my own son has to live. As soon as Shiki heals, I'll be able to bring him back to the mansion. What is this? Adopted son. I knew about the adoption 10 years ago. Even though I don't exactly remember the details, I know about it. He killed me 8 years ago in the courtyard. Our minds are linked. The words say my mind and his are possibly linked. Normally, the story would just be something to laugh off, but right now, it explains too much. No. No, that's not it. This isn't anything like that. I know. Even though I already know about it, I try not to notice. I want to deny it again. The adopted child was the one who was killed was. I know which is which, but I don't want to admit it. This is useless. Cursing myself, I toss the letters to the side. All that's left is this. I pick up the diary in the safe. It looks like a child's diary. Certainly nothing Tohno Makihisa would have had. I flip the pages. There are only 2 words. Help me. Like that. On a white page, it's written really small. Huh? I flip through the pages. Help me. I turn the page. Help me. I turn the page. Help me. I turn the page. What? It's like a curse that brings the reader to the depths of darkness. Help me, 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 help me. I feel sick. I've seen many nightmares up until now, but this is far worse. Those words. Help me. It isn't that whoever wrote this diary knew only those words. Only these words. That is all this person could feel. None of the dark litany was scribbled out, one letter after another, like the spewed feelings of this person. This is the only way the author could escape. This person knew no other way to let out this curse. There's still more than half the diary to look at. I can't bring myself to read the rest of it. I flip through the pages, trying not to look at its contents. As I flip through the pages, my hand stopped on the very last page. Regular sentences. On the last page, there's a short paragraph. Silver lettering adorns the otherwise perfectly white sheet. So it's better to just become a doll. Gradually, my body stopped generating a pulse. So she is a doll. Blood vessels turned into tubes one by one. Blood vanished like vapor. My heart, everything, just crafted parts. See? That's why there will be no more pain. Closing the diary, I put it back in the safe. I don't know why Tohno Makihisa kept such a thing, but I do know one thing. Fearing the child's malice, it was something meant to be sealed away in the safe. We're finally starting to get somewhere with, like, the backstory to, you know, to Kohaku and Hisui. We're, like, right at the end. There were little hints of it, but I'm glad it's just like, it's been a little bit of this one's been a little bit of a slog otherwise, I'm not gonna lie. This is not my favorite of the routes. The day draws to a close. The dark garden. The dark trees spread out before me like a black veil. I remember the dream I saw before coming to this mansion. Alright, it isn't that there's something there. I just need to confirm something in my heart, so I enter the black veil. There isn't anything here. It's not like the body of the one killed 8 years ago is here. It's not like the blood of the one killed 8 years ago is here. For an instant, the scene flashes in my mind. That hot summer day. I was looking down at my blood-stained self as if I were another person. So, someone must have been killed here. Whether it was me or him, I don't know. Which one was adopted? Which one is the monster Shiki? If I think about it logically, I had to have been the one to kill him here. That is incorrect. The one who was killed was you, Shiki-sama. I turn around. I don't know when she arrived, but Hisui's there. Hisui, you woke up already. Don't push yourself. Aren't you still tired? Shiki-sama, you are the one who should not push yourself. You're still losing energy at a great pace, much more than you have gained. She stands before me. My pulse picks up. She's standing so close to me really does make me feel more alive. Wow, my body really is warm. I think it's your warmth coming into me. But, Hisui, what are you saying? You say I was killed here. Do you know what happened? Yes, I saw you die here. You were killed by Shiki, not just your body and soul, but everything was here. So, I'm wondering if that whole, like, the diary thing, if that was Hisui's, I'm assuming is like after I was killed, that's when she just basically broke. And then she's like, maybe it's better to become a doll. It could be Kohaku's for all I know, but considering this is her root, I'm guessing it's, like, going to be related more to her. And that's when, like, her and Kohaku kind of switched positions, basically, where Kohaku was, like, the bright, energetic one, and then she basically was like, I'll turn myself into a doll and shut out my emotions. And that's why she said, like, it's Shiki's fault that she's basically having conflicting feelings because he made her feel something. Her voice is shaking. It isn't that she's scared. Instead, she sounds incredibly angry at the person who killed me. Wait a sec. The one who was killed was the adopted Nanaya kid. So wasn't he the one who died? No, you were the one that died, Shiki-sama. Hisui answers directly. Oh, I see. Then that means... So I'm the adopted child. Yes, you are a descendant of the Nanaya family. Makihisa-sama adopted you, the only surviving member. Your name is Shiki, and because Makihisa-sama found it amusing that his son was also named Shiki by a strange coincidence, he adopted you. Our names are the same? Yes, it's natural for you to be confused, and you are different from us. You really were adopted into the Tohno family. I can't speak. Such a thing isn't a shock or anything. I remember not getting along with my old man from the beginning, and I never felt quite right in the mansion, so such a thing, even if it were all lies, I'm very sorry, saying things that cause you sadness. No, I'm fine. I'm not sad. I'd say that, but I know it's a lie. I don't know what kind of feeling it is, but it is true I feel an emptiness in my heart. But that's weird. People of the Tohno bloodline have powers, don't they? If Shiki's a vampire, then what am I? I'm not the same as him, but I have these strange eyes. I do not know in detail, but Akiha-sama said, you are the same as Nei-san and I, whose families are enemies to those of mixed blood. We have the power to synchronize with those we exchange fluids with, and the Nanaya family had the power to fight demons. I see. Certainly, my eyes are not a power to help people like Hisui's. Rather, it's a power to kill. I see, but then, why was I adopted by the old man? It doesn't make any sense why he'd adopt an enemy. Shiki-sama, you are the inheritor of a very special bloodline of demon hunters. Asagami, Fujio, Ryogi, and Nanaya. These 4 families are the enemies of mixed blood. I think Makihisa-sama brought you here to help fend off something. I mean, how did he even get a chance to adopt me in the first place? Well, if you kill all of the family members, then I guess no one's really going to say anything. I heard you were the only member of the Nanaya family to survive. Oh, I see. 10 years ago, the Japanese-style house nestled deep within the mountains, surrounded by a black forest. a rustic world isolated from the flow of history. I can't quite remember it well. All I can remember is that pale blue glass moon, and in the forest clearing, a figure that looked like Tohno Makahisa was cutting up lots of people. But that was then, and this is now. Something done so long ago. It doesn't matter now. Well, I understand I was killed by Shiki here, but how is it that I'm living as Tohno Shiki right now? Yes, without a doubt, you were stabbed by Shiki in the chest and on the verge of death, but by some miracle you were able to recover. You were saved, and Shiki also survived. Since no one died, everything should have ended right then. But Shiki became something that could not be shown to other people. I see, so a replacement was needed for Tohno Shiki. The name of Tohno Makahisa is in the top of the business world. His son can't just suddenly die. Yes, Makahisa-sama pretended the Nanaya child died and had you live as Tohno Shiki. It was all to protect the family name. I get it. It's something the old man would do. Everything fits in now. Even though I'm Tohno Shiki, I'm not technically part of the Tohno family. Besides Akiha, nobody else holds that blood. So my old man sent me to live with the Arimas and contrived a situation where I couldn't be the successor, since my health was bad, even though I was supposedly the eldest son of the Tohno household. Shiki-sama, It's fine. You don't have to apologize for keeping this a secret. Just telling me now is enough. Besides, aren't you like me? No, compared to you or Nason, I've not suffered at all. Even after Makahisa-sama died, Akiha-sama took us under her care. So only I lived peacefully, not knowing anything. Wait, Akiha, she knows that I'm not her real brother? Yes, she heard it from Makahisa-sama after you were adopted. But she would always insist you were her real brother. Every day, Makahisa-sama would tell Akiha-sama to forget about you, but she would never agree. Even though she'd be scolded severely, she still waited for you in her heart. If you knew the truth, you'd leave. That's why Akiha-sama told us to never let you know the truth. Akiha-sama always helped Nason and myself. Nason was Makahisa-sama's servant and was not allowed out of his room. Akiha-sama hated that and freed Nason, so for her sake, we continued the lie. Maybe that... I mean, that letter, the diary could have been written by Kohaku if, she was Makahisa's servant, I guess. Like, she was what he was doing all that stuff to. Akiha-sama, all of us, we wanted you to come back. So please do not hate Akiha-sama more than anyone else. She thinks importantly of you. Yeah, I know. There's no way I'd hate her. It's more appropriate for me to be hated. I was the one living peacefully while you were all suffering. So, I'm thankful to Akiha. She welcomed me, nothing more than an outsider, back into the mansion. She even calls me brother, so I'll have to keep it up too. She's willing to call me Tohno Shiki as her brother. Then I don't care about the name Nanaya Shiki. I have to continue being her brother, continue being Tohno Shiki. Shiki-sama, Hisui rushes to me. I separate myself from Hisui, who's staring with a worried face, and take a deep breath. Geez, I just got helped by you, but I'm still having these headaches. Shiki-sama, your body's weakening because of that incident 8 years ago. At the time, Shiki stole your life and is using it to prolong his own life. That is why you're weakening, and why you're linked with Shiki. See, so that's how it is. In other words, as long as I don't do something about that killer, Shiki, I won't be able to return to normal. Yes, I believe he despises you utterly. That is why he's stealing your life gradually, trying to dirty your heart. He's enjoying your pain. Her voice is shaded with anger again. He hates me? I don't get it. He's the one that killed me. I can understand me having a grudge against him, but why would he have a grudge against me? No, Shiki sees you as someone who has killed him. Shiki-sama, you've caused the existence of Tohno Shiki to disappear. I caused him to disappear? Yes, you were certainly killed by Shiki, but once your life was saved, you took Shiki's place as Tohno Shiki. After that, the Shiki who was confined somewhere must have viewed you as a threat. Tohno Shiki's still alive, but there's now someone else existing as Tohno Shiki. Shiki's still alive, but you've taken away everything as Tohno Shiki, and he's become something that has no name, no existence. I see, so he views himself as the rightful Tohno Shiki and sees me as an imposter. No wonder. Shiki wants to kill me and get everything back, but that's coming to an end. I will protect you, Shiki-sama. No matter what he does, I will not let him kill you again. Even if the killer Shiki walks the streets, he'll be disposed of, so please, until then, rest in your room. Rest in my room? No, that won't help me. She doesn't know it, but our fusion gets worse by day. That means if he really does go crazy, I don't know if I can stay sane myself. He's a guy who'd hurt even himself to get his revenge. Revenge? No, that's not it. The Shiki who says he was killed by me. The Shiki who sees me as an imposter. The Shiki who repeatedly says he will kill me. The Shiki who says any of this would not have happened if I was not here. The Shiki who's lost his sanity like Tohno Makahisa, killing people in the streets. And yes, the one who died in the distant past, the child called Nanaya Shiki. Unconsciously, I grit my teeth. Don't be ridiculous. I'm the one who has the right to be bitter, Shiki. Suddenly, the old wound on my chest starts to hurt. There's only one way to stop this pain. Shiki-sama, where are... You know, he says he's going to come, but I'm not going to wait for him. Yes, I'm doing something! I was just waiting for basically Akiha and Kohaku to go and kill him for me while I just lay up in the mansion, so I'm glad I'm actually being proactive here. I know where his hideout is. I'll end this worthless connection of ours. Please stop, Shiki-sama. With your body like that, it'll be too dangerous. Hisui, I'm sorry, but there's a knife in my room. Would you go get it for me? I refuse. I cannot let you go. Oh well, I'll get it myself. Watch over things while I'm gone. Shiki-sama? Turning my back to Hisui, I walk away. Shiki-sama, if you do that, I'll really get upset. Silently apologizing to Hisui, I head back inside. I leave the gate. In my pocket is the knife engraved with Nanaya. Thanks to Hisui, I have strength in my body now. If there's a problem, that is, that Hisui remains by my side. Please, go back to the mansion. I refuse. You did not listen to my words, so I will not listen to yours. Hisui peevishly tosses her head to the side. Now look, I'm not saying you're going to get in the way, but you're going to get in the way, but this place I'm going to is very dangerous, so I want you to stay in the mansion. You say that, but should I leave? You'll collapse. If you really do want to go, it'll be a big problem for you unless I go too. Your power is like that? But we did that. We joined our bodies together so much. Shouldn't I be good for a while? No, it's just a ritual to form intimate bonds between us. Even if someone has exchanged fluids with me or Nason, they cannot receive energy if we're not nearby. That's a huge problem. If that's true, then I can't even go to school by myself. If you still order me to stay here, I will. Please, decide on what I should do. Hisui looks at me directly. It seems my answer is already decided. If I can't get to school without her help, then I can only let her come with me. For the first time in so many days, I arrive at school. The eerie silence sends a chill down my spine. A space where no living presence can be felt. Even though it holds hundreds of students during the daytime, it looks like an abandoned ruin under the moonlight. Shiki-sama, is this really the right place? I don't have the words to answer her. I've only seen him being in school in my dreams. Let's go. We walk through the front gate. Shiki-sama, this is... Hisui halts immediately like I did. Creak. Night hangs over the school building. As soon as I pass the gate, I feel something wrong in the air. Creak, creak. The air as a whole is creaking. The tense atmosphere stings our lungs. Creak, creak, creak. This feeling, I have felt this ill wind many times in my nightmares. The air is thick with a murderous intent, hostility, hatred. Inside the building, the darkness is filled with murderous intent, as if a battle to the death is occurring, like in my dreams. Shiki, he's fighting someone. I don't get it. There couldn't be anyone that would be able to fight an inhuman monster like him. Nason? A whisper. Hisui speaks this as if resisting the urge to throw up. Nason, Kohaku-san. Akiha hasn't been in the mansion since morning. She left with Kohaku-san and didn't return all day. Last night, when I was locked up in my room, Akiha told me to just wait a little longer. What? Don't tell me. Akiha. My legs spring into action. Before I start to think, I dash towards the building. I run into the building. Inside, the air is even more tense. Shiki-sama. Not answering her, I search for any indication of presence. The hallway is horribly quiet. Scree! A high-pitched sound assails my eardrums. It shakes the windows. The sound is coming from the floor above me. Shiki-sama, just stay close. Let's go. Grabbing Hisui's hand, I bolt to the stairs. Still holding her hand, I go up the stairs. I clench my teeth. That day, I remember about the time when I left the room and overheard Akiha and Kohaku-san talking. Akiha said she'd kill Shiki, her brother. I know now she didn't mean me, but she meant Shiki. Without a doubt, the ones fighting right now are Akiha and Shiki. Scree! The eerie piercing noise screams once again. The sound comes from above, around the 4th floor. That idiot! I fly through the 3rd floor. She's being unreasonable. Because of my nightmares, I understand Shiki's body the best. His power isn't on the same level as a human's. I don't know how non-human the members of the Tohno family are, but she won't be able to win. It would be like going to get herself killed. I run up the stairs as fast as I can. Akiha. I turned her away, not trusting her. I haven't done anything to act like her brother, but she still calls me her brother. And now she's fighting the killer Shiki by herself. Damn it. I just have this terrible, awful feeling. Akiha. Akiha can't possibly win. Will Shiki kill her? I don't know. I don't think he'll kill Akiha since he persistently went after her in the dreams. But on the other hand, I don't think he has the same definition of being persistent about someone. Our definition is obtaining the ones we're persistent about. He's crazy. I can't understand his broken conception since I'm not. No, even a lunatic couldn't understand another lunatic's thoughts. Since the lunatic himself can't understand it, no one can understand it, and he has to be alone. She's alive. Akiha, she has to be alive. There's no way she'll be killed by Shiki, because I should be the one Shiki is going to kill. I can't let her die in my place. If such a thing happens, Scree! As I arrive on the 4th floor, the sound screeches once more. It's close. It feels like it's in the hallway past these stairs. Akiha, the worst mental image still writhing in my brain. I dash into the hallway. For a moment I stand dumbstruck. From behind me, I hear Hisui gasp. Akiha! That's the only thing that pops into my head. The moonlit hallway, in the freezing air that cuts into my lungs. Akiha standing a few yards down the hall. Like blood, a deep crimson. At first, it looks like Akiha's blood, but it's not right. What is red is just her long, long hair. I'm still not able to grasp what's going on. Down the hallway, there is Akiha, with her red flowing hair, and him, crouching with one hand on the floor, coughing up blood. The one kneeling before Akiha is him, Shiki. Akiha is looking down at him. Drawing close behind her is the figure of Kohaku-san. Shiki seemingly on the verge of death and gasping for air. Akiha is not even breathing. That'd be funny if she just killed him. He didn't even need my help. I'm basically not... I provide no use here. Akiha is not even breathing wildly. The situation, unbelievably, it would seem Akiha is the one overwhelming him. Shiki leaps forward. In a flash of speed I can't even follow, a black blur shoots towards Akiha. Scree! Akiha simply glances down at Shiki. With that, his body slams down to the ground, and as if in response to the sound, his torso burns, giving out smoke. Shiki's scream echoes through the hallway. His evaporating body is covered in smoke. His body under his kimono is mostly bone showing, like a mummy, but he still lives, his gruesome form still staring at Akiha, his eyes filled with fear. On the other hand, Akiha's clothes are undisturbed. Even from here I can understand it. Her surroundings are distorted like a heat-induced mirage, and it seems more out of this world than the air in the building. Shiki claws at his evaporating body. Akiha calmly observes without carelessness. These two powers are fundamentally different. Amazing, Akiha-sama, that's amazing. Behind me, Hisui speaks in surprise. It's exactly what I'm thinking too. What is this? You could say she's superior, but that's too much. She's too overwhelming. I love how when she's not in my, route, she's actually so badass, but of course, when I was playing her route, she had to be Miss Damsel in Distress. This is it, Shiki. This is hilarious. I might not actually even be able to land a hand on him. Akiha, with a ragged breath, Shiki still somehow manages to say his real sister's name. Akiha, she just stares at Shiki, unmoving. Why are you treating me this way? I am your true Nissan. Shifting, the distortion around Akiha increases even more. I love you, Akiha. I only love you. It's why I kept living in the damn basement, trying to kill that imposter, and trying to get us back to being brother and sister. Why are you getting in my way, Akiha? I'm not getting in your way. This is nothing more than my duty as the head of the Tohno household. The duty to pass down judgment on all those in the family who stray from being human. I'm the head of the Tohno household. If he were not here, I would still have been Shiki. I could have always been your Nissan. Wake up, Akiha. Imposter is just deceiving you. The distortion around Akiha increases even more. After closing her eyes briefly, she looks at Shiki as if she's parting with him. I am not being deceived. You are not my Nissan. Scree. Ah! Shiki hides his face with his hands. But it's pointless. I don't understand what kind of power Akiha possesses, but that takes away heat from everything in her view, anything she can see. It's an inevitable plunder. So in the next instant, Shiki's face will vaporize. Well, it should have. Shiki-san. Kohaku-san says this as she realizes our presence. Oh gosh, I'm gonna distract her, aren't I? Eh? Akiha turns towards us in surprise. In that brief moment, for just a split second, a complete letting down of her. So actually, I've just made things worse. There's no way he'd let that chance slip away. Okay, we got the final decision here. Alright, so apparently Kohaku's name is the good ending, so I guess we'll go for the true ending first, and then we'll do the good ending. Shiki lunges with a cry. His black shape explodes forward like a firework. Akiha and Kohaku-san both turn, but it's hopeless. They'll never make it. The black shape isn't going for Akiha. Shiki lunges not at Akiha, but at Kohaku-san, who stands next to her. He knows, just how like I'm able to move right now because of Hisui's power. He knows Akiha's overwhelming power is possible through Kohaku-san's help. Kohaku. I guess that explains why Akiha wasn't as strong in the last one, was because Kohaku wasn't by her side when all that stuff was happening. Akiha's voice cannot stop it. Shiki raises his voice and with his arm thrusting like a spear aims for Kohaku's face. The sound of pierced flesh. Oh shit! My voice dies in my throat. Splat. The sound of blood spurting forth. So I'm guessing maybe if I make the other decision, maybe Kohaku will die instead. Kohaku-san's face is splattered with the redness of Akiha's blood. Akiha-sama. The sound of coughing. Akiha tries to speak, but blood is the only thing that pours from her mouth. That means the majority of her blood vessels have been destroyed, and all she can do is regurgitate blood. So literally, I came in and just made things way worse than they needed to be. I can't speak. My mind is empty. That is the same as Shiki, who has just impaled Akiha. Shiki pulls back his arm. A thud. Akiha's body falls down on Kohaku-san. Shiki swings his blood-stained arm around wildly. Every time he waves it around, Akiha's blood paints the wall and ceiling. Shiki shakes his arm desperately. Akiha, Akiha, Akiha. Shiki suddenly stops moving. He stares at Akiha's blood-drenched body, then looks at his blood-soaked arm, then bolts down the hallway as if running from something. His footsteps lead upstairs. Shiki has run to the rooftop, but that, I don't care about that. Akiha, Akiha. Still unable to think, I run to her. Kohaku-san still standing in a daze, her amber eyes nothing more than jewels devoid of emotion. I crouch down next to Akiha's body. She just lies on the floor, powerless, with terribly calm eyes. Akiha, I can't tell her it's all right. Even with my glasses on, I can see them. These are the only words I can think of. Akiha, with her calm, gentle eyes, look up at me. Nissan, why are you here? She coughs. More blood trickles from her mouth. I can see them. The lines of death on her body are spreading across her body with gruesome speed. This is fatal. The fact she's still alive must simply be due to her unnatural Tohno blood. God damn it, why? Even though I understand death better than anyone else, I don't want to believe it. Don't move. I'll help you right away. Taking off my shirt, I put it on Akiha's chest, trying to cover up her wound. I tie it up. The blood soaks the shirt in a matter of seconds. It doesn't do anything. As if trying to hold off my weeping emotions, I push against it. All I can do is push. Hey, answer me. In a daze, Akiha says this to me, like she does not see me pushing against her wounds. Nissan, why are you here? I'm curious, so I can't rest until I know. Things I don't understand, they make me angry. You know that, right? Yeah, that's right, I nod. Her wound keeps bleeding. The shirt is too soaked. It can't stop the bleeding. Damn, this crappy shirt. Why did it have to soak so fast? I'm pissed at the useless shirt, my useless self. Really, not being able to stop just one wound. Stupid. Why, you ask? This is my school. Even though it's late, it's not that strange for me to be here. I hold back my tears. I answer as best as I can. I see. This isn't like me at all. I didn't even think of that. Akiha sounds satisfied. She doesn't even seem to be in pain. Only her body warmth starts to disappear, like pure white ice melting under the sun. Does she understand what's happening? Or maybe is it because she does understand, and she speaks normally as if we were talking during breakfast? Hey, did you hear about what we were talking about? Sorry, but I heard. Oh, you know now. I'm such an idiot letting you hear that. The person I didn't want to let hear the most. Don't speak, it's okay, so relax, please, please. I roll up my shirt and tie it around her body. I know it's useless. But if I don't do anything, I don't think I can stay sane. I'm sorry, I've deceived you all this time. I've kept secrets about so many things. It's okay, I don't care about that. So please. Nissan, you're not my real brother. I was a horrible woman. I wanted you to always, always be by my side, so I told all those stupid lies. So this is my punishment. With her trembling lips, Akiha says those words clearly. The blood doesn't stop. I'll go crazy at this rate. I already knew, so don't worry about it. I grip her hand tightly. She takes a deep breath. Akiha gives a strange smile. Nissan, you knew? Then I didn't have to hold back. I really am an idiot. Her lips shape those words. She should have said it. She should have voiced it, but Akiha did not do so. Akiha? There's no reply. What I'm holding right now is not breathing. Hey! There's no response. What I'm holding is what used to be Tohno Akiha. Say something. There will never be an answer. What I'm holding has closed her eyes calmly. Akiha! I shake her body, even though I understand better than anyone else that it has no meaning. Shiki-sama, please. Hisui places her hand on mine. Without even realizing it, I was making her body dirty. Like an idiot, I made her body dirty. Quietly, I place her on the floor. The school building is horribly quiet. Hisui and I were wordlessly frozen. Only Kohaku-san seems to have regained the power to move. I wonder where Shiki-sama went to. Now she's going back into like her old state where she's just blank. Shiki, those words capitulate my consciousness back, or catapult my consciousness back. Nei-san, don't say that now. No, Kohaku-san is right. I stand up. It's a good thing. It really is a good thing I brought my knife. Please stop, Shiki-sama. You don't have to do such a dangerous thing. Shiki won't last long with that wound anyways. No, Akiha went that far since she couldn't let Shiki, the killer, be alive any longer. For Akiha's sake, I can't leave him be. I say this as I push her away. That's a lie. More than that. Just 'cause I have to settle this with him, here and now. I hate him. To put it simply, I just want to kill him. Don't follow me. Both of you stay here and take care of Akiha. Kohaku-san nods. Hisui uneasily watches me as I run up the stairs. The rooftop. The moon hangs in the sky. The wild beast is crouching on the concrete. Shiki. I remove my glasses. I look at his death. Pants. Crouching, Shiki is biting his own arms. There exists no trace of sanity. Perhaps what happened caused him to go insane. That pisses me off. I am not able to lose my sanity for Akiha's sake. Underneath the moonlight, even though I've known him for so long, I take my first step towards the enemy I just met tonight. Shiki, Akiha's dead. Shiki looks at me with bloodshot eyes. His face is half gone, but he still isn't dead. The powers of those of Tohno blood, Shiki's power is immortality. It must mean it's harder for him to die, more likely for him to live on. That's funny. For me, that means nothing. You look ugly. Shut up. Shiki gets up with a sharp breath. Shut up, shut up, shut up. Like a broken record, he repeats the same thing. Shut up, shut up, shut up, shut up, shut up, shut up, shut up. Just shut the hell up. Panting furiously, Shiki shouts. You're always noisy. What kind of grudge do you have against me? Why are you always getting in my way? Shiki screams around while staggering. What are you? I don't get it. Just shut up. Just leave me alone. Don't look inside me. Don't use my dreams. You're always watching me. That's why I'm so full of uneasiness. Shiki claws at his head. What? I've never even thought about it. I've always seen him, tracking him in my dreams, but it never occurred to me how Shiki would feel about being tracked. Get out of me, get out of my house, get out of my name. You're in my way, you're in my way, you're in my way. Shiki's screaming like a child. Same goes for you. I raise my knife. I never thought to understand him in the first place. I came here for a death match. Fine, let's fight to the death. All those who get in my way are my enemy. I'll kill you all. You, Akiha, Kohaku, just like that old man who wanted to lock me up till I died. I'll kill all of you. Shiki screams like a raving lunatic. His figure really is ugly. And then Shiki attacks me head on. Because of his fight with Akiha, Shiki does not have a functional body, so it was easy. Shiki runs, or so he thinks, and I avoid his arm, which is swung slower than walking speed. I slice the line from the top of his head to his abdomen. Thud. Shiki... Wow, that was very anticlimactic. I literally could have stayed home. Akiha could have taken care of that herself, and nothing different would have been, except for the fact that she'd still be alive. Shiki's body loses power and collapses onto mine. See, it's simple. Your lines are too clear. Shiki's death looked like an iron shaft was sticking out of his head. See, that's what I meant by ugly. Shiki just laughs. No intelligence exists. Ha ha ha! Laughing and dying. His arms leaning on me fall to the ground. Shiki dies. Before he does, he looks up at me curiously. Who are you? Eh? Who are you? What are you saying? I'm the Tohno Shiki you were always targeting. I see. You're Shiki. Shiki collapses to the ground. What's this? You look nothing like what I heard. Shiki collapses and his body disperses into the wind. It's over. With this, it's over. But I don't feel anything. I won't feel those splitting headaches. I can return to life as normal, but I don't feel happy. What I've lost is far greater. But what is over? Why? I feel dizzy. Shiki's last words won't fade away. Something did end, but I don't know what ended, or in the beginning, what I was trying to end. I look up at the moon. In the vague darkness, my heart is enthralled. Till Hisui came, I just stood in dumb amazement, standing in the moonlight. So interesting, like in this ending, Akiha's dead, whereas in the previous one, I was dead but presumed to possibly still be alive. Next week passed like it was just a dream. Just like Shiki's dead body, Akiha's remains dissolved into nothingness. The whole affair didn't leak out to the public and was taken care of by the people of the Tohno family. I stayed in the mansion, becoming the successor to the Tohno household in Akiha's place. For now, it's just a name, but I guess it's not something that can be determined easily. Since Shiki died, my body returned to health and I'm allowed to lead a normal life. As for everything else, only a little has changed since before. My happy school life without Akiha, my life at the mansion with Hisui and Kohaku-san. I, Tohno Shiki, think the whole incident that occurred after I came to the mansion ended. However, there's still a matter I have to take care of. If I think about it, there was a slight discrepancy. It was something so small that I didn't question it. I would have never noticed. At night, Shiki didn't leave those words before he died. The discrepancies between my memories and what Kohaku-san and Hisui told me. Shiki had a grudge against Makihisa. Shiki had a grudge against the old man because he was going to be locked away his entire life, even though my old man wanted to return Shiki to the mansion as early as possible. Shiki thought of me as the target of revenge, but he never showed up in front of me, and he did not even know what I looked like. And one more thing. The one dream where Shiki was violating that one doll-like girl. That's probably a clear holiday afternoon. I told Hisui to go shopping. I asked her for a lot, so she shouldn't be back until evening. The only ones in the mansion are me and her. I leave in her room a note that says I want to talk to her. It's almost the promised time. I have to go to that place. When I get there, she's already there waiting for me. Lovely weather, isn't it, Shiki-san? I nod. She smiles cheerfully at me. You realized it, didn't you, Shiki-san? I nod. Her smile does not fade. Always, her smile does not go away, no matter what happens. Come to think of it, the expressionless Hisui actually showed a lot of different feelings. From the outside, she appeared to be a heartless doll. But her heart was not a doll's. However, what about this girl? The always ever-smiling Kohaku. No matter what happens, always a smile, like a person with the heart of a doll. I was thinking it was Hisui at first, and I'm like, but it could be Kohaku, because she's the one who really seemed to suffer. Even when Akiha died, the smile did not fade. Her smile that's just like a mask. That smile. Kohaku-san, you're the one who made Shiki go crazy, right? Whoa. Yes. The reason you were sharing your blood with Akiha was to make her not human. Yes. And you lied to Shiki and made him attack innocent people. Yes. When we were small, the one who was watching us from a distance wasn't Hisui, it was Yuko. Well, that I already knew. Hisui said as much, that they basically traded places. So, wait, she was like a weird kind of like, oh shit. So she was like, what's the word I'm thinking of? Like, she was almost like the ringmaster in this. Yes, back then you intentionally distracted Akiha. Yes, and then you suggested I kill Shiki. Yes, all of it. All of this is how you planned it out, Kohaku? Still smiling, she nods. That's right. Yeah, because I was thinking, like, all those weird times where she, like, I thought it was Hisui that got that, like, blank look on her face. It was Kohaku this whole time whenever that happened, I'm guessing, right? All of it was something I wished would happen, Shiki-san. Still, she smiles. I feel a chill and unknowingly take a step back. Why did you do these things? Oh my, you know already. There's only 1 or 2 reasons why I would do all of this. Revenge. I think that's it. For the sake of revenge, I decided every one of the Tohnos should die. Shit. Oh, damn. This is going to be real awkward for the next playthrough when I'm doing Kohaku's route, knowing that she had these thoughts about wanting to kill everyone, even Akiha. Revenge. Is it because, like me, you had your parents killed by Tohno Makahisa? Don't be silly. Hisui-chan and I were orphans. We don't even know what our parents looked like. So why? Who knows? I don't even remember how I felt back then. Well, I mean, Makahisa doing some fucked up stuff with her. The whole, like, you have to exchange bodily fluids and stuff. I mean, we can only assume what he did to her. All I know is the reason. Reason? What reason? Let's see. Such as getting abused by Makahisa-sama? That's the reason why Hisui-chan and I were adopted in the first place. In order to stay human, he needed our abilities as synchronizers. Shiki-san, you've done it with Hisui-chan, right? It's said sexual intercourse is the best way to share energy. I knew that already. Then that means, in other words, Makahisa-sama was really pushed to his limits. I think he was too desperate to consider my age. I was chosen first for a simple reason. He probably thought that since I wasn't talkative and was quiet, I wouldn't resist like the energetic Hisui-chan would have. Even now, her smile does not fade. Makahisa-sama wasn't really a bad person. Only sometimes he would turn violent because of his Tohno blood. So for those times, he had me ready in his room, and he let those feelings out on me. I guess it's called sexual abuse, but I don't really remember much of it. It was just like a daily routine for him to want me, so if I tried to remember something like that, my brain would explode, wouldn't it? Yeah, that explains why that diary was in his room, the room that she's always in, right? But I remember clearly the first time it happened. It was on my 8th birthday. God damn it, I hate this. I hate all of this. Makahisa-sama said he had a present for me, so I quietly but excitedly went into his room. As if she was having fun, she gives her usual laugh. This really recontextualizes Kohaku. Yeah, that'll be really interesting to explore her. Like, I thought Hisui was the interesting one, but it's really Kohaku is the truly interesting one in this case. Every day he got a little worse, but that couldn't really be helped. I was merely a child, so my abilities as a synchronizer weren't fully developed. That's why he needed Hisui-chan's help too. But since I was the older sister, I just thought I shouldn't allow her to cry. So I took in everything Makahisa-sama wanted to do. I asked him not to touch Hisui-chan because I would take everything myself. He was probably ashamed and agreed to my request. He probably also thought it was better that as few people knew about this secret as possible. That's how I came to stay in Makahisa-sama's room, our relationship a secret from everyone else. During that time, I was able to think about things a little bit, I think. I always thought about how to get away, how to run away with Hisui-chan, but I didn't know where to go. The more I submitted my body to Makahisa-sama, the more I broke down. Eventually, I got tired of thinking, and realized if I didn't think, it wouldn't hurt. I'm just a doll. A doll doesn't know pain. A doll doesn't think. I endured Makahisa-sama's thinking like that. Then, it mysteriously did not hurt as much as before. Makahisa-sama's breath didn't even make me sick. His arms were just like warm meat. And even if he strangled my neck or kicked me in the stomach, it seemed like he was doing it to someone else. And every day got a little easier. Shiki-san, I wanted Hisui-chan to stay clean. For her sake, I could endure any kind of abuse. And then that's why Kohaku took, basically Hisui's place for me to unleash myself on her. Because she wanted to keep her clean. But it was so hard. Not Makahisa-sama's abuse. I couldn't understand you, and that made me scared. Scared of me? Yes, the way you played innocently was like a different world to me. I looked out the window to see all of you play when Makahisa-sama wasn't looking. I didn't understand any of it. I didn't understand why you did those pointless things. It was strange for me to think so, since it was just another world I couldn't be involved in. I wasn't jealous of you, and I didn't hate the Tohno children. All I did was stare at all of you, while having this unknown feeling. But I was afraid the feeling would turn me back into a human. And 2 years later, you were killed by Shiki-sama. You probably don't remember it, but Shiki-sama was trying to kill Akiha-sama. But you suddenly came, and you shielded her. You weren't related to her, and you had everything stolen from you by the Tohno family. You still died protecting her. At that time, I was watching Akiha-sama, who was holding on to your dead body painfully, but happily. Or maybe I made my mind up back then, that it would all suit Akiha-sama for her to die, just like you did. Damn, talk about laying low and being patient. Wow. Wait, Shiki-san, if you want to know the reason, you have to be patient. I stopped my rush towards her. Days later, you were brought back to the mansion, and you were going to be adopted by the Arimas. That was really a secret, but I overheard it from Akihisa-sama. That's how I knew that you'd be leaving. I didn't have time to tell Akiha-sama or Hisui-chan. When I thought I couldn't see the boy again, without even getting to talk to him. Oh my gosh! Oh, it was her, because I thought it was, okay. My legs strangely moved and I ran down the hallway and found him, but I couldn't think of anything. So I thought it was Hisui all that time, and that's why Hisui was like, I think maybe why she seemed confused with the whole ribbon thing. So I gave him my ribbon, the only thing that I owned. I heard the Tohno family members were going to terminate Shiki-sama soon after that. Akihisa-sama didn't want to kill his own son, so he secretly locked him away underground. He said Shiki-sama would return to normal and asked me to take care of him. Of course, that's how it was. So the dream was real. It wasn't that I wanted to abuse Hisui or Kohaku-san. That was in reality. Shiki did that to her. After gaining some freedom from Akihisa-sama, I became a little happy, but it was the same. Shiki-sama was just like his father and only used me to let out his feelings. I think that had to be what destroyed my last emotions. I desperately thought about how I could break free from everything. Then, I easily came up with a solution. The whole Tohno family just had to disappear. If not only Makihisa-sama, but Shiki-sama did those painful things, then that's the only possible thing to do, right? When I realized that, I laughed for the first time in years. I was surprised it was so simple and I didn't even realize it before. From that time, I was able to start moving on my own. The hardest thing for me was to find a reason to move. A doll can't move by itself. Without a spring or strings, it can't act like a human. So once I found a reason, everything became simple. All I needed to do was place mistrust between them by making Shiki-sama reject Makihisa-sama. Shiki-sama said he wanted to drink blood, so I gave him mine and told him he wasn't a bad person. I kept him the way he was. When Shiki-sama became sick, I took care to make special medicine for him. The same as the one I gave you. You know those morning glories in the garden behind the mansion? They're called chosen morning glories and have 3 kinds of mental effects. In simple terms, it's a drug that makes people hallucinate. Didn't I say at one point, like, it seems like the medicine is just making things worse. Once they're unconscious, they listen to what I tell them, and when they wake up, they don't remember a thing. Quite convenient, don't you think? Because I was educated to become Akihisa-sama's personal doctor. I know a lot about these sorts of things. With things like that, Shiki-sama went crazy at my convenience. After that, it was even easier. I secretly told Akiha-sama to look inside Makihisa-sama's room around midnight. She finally found out about our relationship. Since then, Akiha-sama felt guilty, and it became easier to do a lot of things. Damn, this girl is clever. I like her. I mean, I feel bad Akiha was killed, but... Well, I didn't expect her to protest against him right away, though, but because Akiha-sama pressed the issue, I was released from Makihisa-sama soon after. I thought I wouldn't be free until Shiki-sama killed Makihisa-sama, but I was freed 4 years earlier. From then on, I became a normal servant and traded places with Hisui, who became silent. Don't worry, since I was the one who took care of Shiki-sama and Makihisa-sama, Hisui-chan was always clean of everything. Smiling, she ends her story. I don't know what to say, even if Tohno Makihisa was the main cause. The one who wished it to turn out this way, and made it turn out this way is the girl before me. But Shiki-san, I don't hate Akiha-sama or Shiki-sama. I didn't even want to do it. Those are my true feelings. How could she say that now? But there wasn't anything else I could do. Without a purpose like that, I couldn't live. A doll cannot move on its own. Without anything to guide it, it can't move. But still, that's unforgivable. There wasn't anything I ever wished from my heart. But it's strange. Everyone seriously accepts what I say. Just the words of a 10-year-old child can manipulate their feelings. Aren't coincidences scary? Kohaku giggles. Are you satisfied, Kohaku? I don't know. I'm merely a doll that doesn't feel happiness or sadness. I thought she'd say that. Before me is a human that is a doll, a girl whose emotions were exhausted so long ago. Nothing remains. Telling herself she's a doll that doesn't feel any pain. More than half of her really believes it. That's why injuries don't hurt her, right? Like her cutting herself. Shiki and Akiha died, but she doesn't feel happy or sad. She's just an empty shell manipulated by strings. But... But there was just one strange thing. Really, just a little bit. She said that as her eyes trailed off into the distance. Akiha-sama protected me in the end. I knew there was a 50-50 chance she would do that. I stayed close to her for that reason. Revealing Makahisa-sama's abuse and devotedly helping her, who's slowly turning non-human. That's right, really, I knew she'd die protecting me. That smile, even though she's smiling, she looks really sad, as if... But I was really surprised at the same time. Why is she protecting me? Why is she protecting me, risking her life? She looks like she might burst into tears. I still don't actually understand if I was happy or sad when Akiha-sama died. But when I wake up in the morning, I take tea to her room even though I know she's gone. Isn't that strange? Even though there's no one in the room anymore. She takes something out. The sound of moving cloth. Holding something long wrapped in cloth, she aims for her chest. Oh, a shining blade reflects the sunlight. Well, maybe I wasn't wrong about me and Hisui being the only ones in the mansion after all this. I run, but she's much faster. A small sound, and she collapses to the ground. She stabs herself, but this is not where I expected this to go. Okay, she stabs herself and falls to the ground. Even though I ran, it's already too late. It's pierced her heart. My mind reels, without reason. Why? I hold her in my arms. Fresh blood blossoms from her chest like a flower. Her smile still does not fade. On the contrary, it seems indescribably pitiful. Hang in there. Why did you do that? Because revenge was the only thing I could do. I can only disappear when it's all over. I tried to find new springs, but I could never find one. The time ran out. She smiles. That for no reason at all. What the hell is that? What are you saying? I look at the wound like I did to Akiha. She won't make it. It's pierced her heart. Why? There was no reason. I just can't bear the sadness. She's looking up to the blue sky with thinned eyes. Under the tree in the courtyard, 8 years ago when I was leaving this mansion, the place where the girl who was looking out the window gave me a ribbon as a present. This is where we promised to meet again. Under this big tree. This doesn't feel like the history, like she feels like an afterthought in her own route. We're getting all of this Kohaku character development right at the end. I guess it's kind of a prelude to like what's about to come. It's gonna hit that much harder when I actually play her route next. That ribbon was my favorite. She speaks lightly. That's why I asked you to return it when we met again. But you didn't keep your promise, Shiki-san. But that... I was mistaken and thought it was Hisui's. I made a bet with myself that if the boy noticed I switched place with Hisui-chan, that I'd quit everything. Okay, so that's what's gonna happen the next episode. I'm somehow gonna figure out that Kohaku is actually the girl who gave me the ribbon. I'll be able to save her from her fate, and she will not kill Akiha. What is that? Are you trying to make me responsible for it at the end? As I shout, my hand desperately tries to stop her bleeding, but death truly is miserable, ruthless and accurate, without even a delay or the failure of a single second. The clock of her life counts down to 0. Damn it, don't be ridiculous. What the hell do you mean you made a bet? Because of you, Akiha was... I frantically try to stop the bleeding, sad without a reason. The tears flow from my eyes. Huh? You're crying, Shiki-san. Well, excuse me, damn it. I know it's your fault, so why do I... That's right. Kohaku, I still don't want you to die. Tears flow down. She smiles again. Shiki-san, you're too kind, but please don't worry about it. I'm just a doll, so I don't feel pain or fear. That again, why do you... But it's much easier this way. Being a human, everything's painful, and it hurts too much, but no one saved me, and I couldn't escape. She exhales slightly. She closes her eyes and remembers. I just remembered something. It was when I was a child. I was scared and hurt, but more scared of dying. Tohno Makahisa was huge, like a demon out of a storybook. The mansion was too big, like a haunted house. Every day was cold, and it was my daily routine to cry and scream, but if I raised my voice, it got worse, so I had to endure it all. But my sister was playing outside. She was laughing under the sun by easily jumping out the window of the haunted house, where I could not get out, no matter how much I wished for it. Come to think of it, everything was sad. That's why I wanted to become a doll that didn't feel pain. The bleeding doesn't stop. With her eyes still closed, she remembers the childhood filled only with pain. I don't like pain. That's why I thought it'd be better to become a doll. Kohaku? And gradually, my body stopped generating a pulse. Blood vessels turned into tubes one by one. Blood vanished like vapor. My heart, everything, just crafted parts. If I did that, there'd be no more pain, right? I can't say anything. A girl who thought she was a doll. A girl who couldn't live without thinking she was a doll. Kohaku had no other means of salvation but to maintain an illusion that she really was a doll. That's why, even if you were this kind, there's no need for tears. It's just a doll breaking. Kohaku still keeps her eyes closed. No, that's wrong. I grasp her hand and shake my head in refusal. No, Kohaku, you are human. You can't be a doll. Kohaku, you're alive. You're a living human being. As proof, you're bleeding red blood right now. Ah, that's right. She laughs again. Right? You're a normal girl who liked Akiha, was always worried about Hisui, and laughed when we talked about stupid things. So, even if she wished it and caused the deaths of Akiha and Shiki, Kohaku, there was no reason for you to die. Increasing my grip, I say these words from the bottom of my heart. Shiki-san, you're just like the boy I thought you'd be. I finally got to speak to you. Her heartbeat surges like it's its grand finale. Her chest rises and falls. Her closed eyes open. At the very end, she looks at the deep, distant blue sky. I see. I guess it was only an illusion after all. She coughs up blood. It hurts. She whispers softly. That's why I wanted to be a doll. Poor Hisui's gonna come back from shopping and find her sister dead. This is fucked. And this is the true ending. Like, this is, I guess, the canon ending. Then she passes away. The hollow eyes endlessly look into the blue sky. Not a fake smile, but a quiet and very sad face. Leaving my room, I head towards the gate. After a quiet meal together, we leave the garden behind. Please be careful, Shiki-sama. And we just go on like none of that happened, I guess. It's become cold recently, so do not strain yourself. Yeah, don't strain yourself either. Taking my bag from Hisui, I turn back to the mansion. The road is long, as if it goes on forever. A gently sloping road and the blue sky that might suck me in. I see an illusion, the road like a ladder heading to the sky, trying to reach the clear blue sky. I see that, and for no reason. I remember that sorrowful affair. Hisui? Yes, what is it, Shiki-sama? Tomorrow is the start of winter break, right? Oh, they never got to go on their vacation. I just realized that they were all excited for that. In the winter, they were going to go on like a holiday together. All of them, but no, that's not happening. I'll come straight home, so how about we go to town? I have something I want to talk about. To town? Yeah, once it's winter vacation, let's take a trip somewhere. Well, I don't know where yet, so I was thinking of letting you decide. Hisui stands there in silence. That's right, she doesn't leave the mansion for herself. Kohaku-san was always the one to take care of things outside, so Hisui has never left for 8 years. It isn't that I don't like that fact, only it's just that I wanted to go somewhere new with Hisui and wanted to increase our fun memories, so we won't lose against all the sad ones. What do you think? If you don't want to, I don't mind either way. No, if I get to be with you, it would make me very happy. I will look forward to it. I see. Then I'll be back before noon. Please be waiting in some regular clothes. Then we'll figure out what to do, and maybe a terrible guy might come along too, but we'll deal with that, if it happens. She tilts her head questioningly, but agrees. When I go to school, I'll end up asking for suggestions from Arahiko. But considering him, he'll want to come along. Well, that's that. I can ask his sister to come along too, and going with a lot of people might not be bad either. Well, I'm off. Thanks for sending me off. Saying that, I run down the hill. The road is long and continues into town. I run under the clear blue sky and feel the warmth of Hisui's gaze on my back. And I see him off. This daily task done, I close the gate. The only one left in the mansion is me. Ne-san and Akiha-sama are no longer here, and it seems no new servants or masters will be coming. His sister left him this mansion and some money. Since the money that is used to maintain this place will be paid by the members of the branched Tohno family, it seems we'll not have to leave here anytime soon. Once vacation starts, do you want to take a trip? I decided to nod to these words. Ever since that day, I forbade myself from leaving this mansion. Ever since I found out Makahisa-sama was using Ne-san like that in my place, I hated going outside. Isn't it natural? Ne-san did that so I'd stay clean. So I had to stay clean no matter what. I would not let any male touch me. I would never touch the fingers of the gender that used my sister like that. I thought it'd be better if I was just like a machine. If I went outside, I'd get dirty, so it'd be better if I stayed inside. If I locked myself away in the sterile mansion, I would never become dirty, because Ne-san protected me. I thought the only thing I could do was become like a doll, staying pretty forever. But I will end that, will I not? I'm thinking of going outside, Nason. Once it gets close to noon, I change my clothes. It's been years since I last wore my old clothes. Pushing my hands through the sleeves, I'm amazed at how light it is. The maid outfit I got used to so much, compared to these light, regular clothes, is really heavy. A wind blows. The hair ribbon that was in my hand flies off. It's white. It was a lone memory that a girl gave to him a long time ago. Ribbon flies up and up, riding the wind as if it were never there before. It vanishes into the forest. Wait, that was... I try to chase after it, and I stop. That was the girl's ribbon. It's not mine, so I guess I'll at least have to give that back to her. In my hand, I hold a promise. The awaited promise of the girl who gave that ribbon still lives inside of me. So, just that ribbon at least. I think it tried to return to the place the girl dreamed of. Promises are fulfilled. If he thought I was that girl, then I will have to fulfill her dream. Like how I love him. That girl had to have always loved him, too. Come to think of it, we really were sisters alike each other. Nason and I traded places, but Nason really did a perfect job of acting out my part. The carefree smile, those straightforward emotions, and the fleeting expression of love with him, those were all real. Even though it was just an elaborate play, Nason really did love him when she played my role. She played my part perfectly, and she loved him from the bottom of her heart. Long ago. As if watching a dream that girl always wished for and waited for. That's why, Nason. That's why I have to return to myself. I don't think I can do it right away, but I can do it gradually. Maybe I won't have to behave exactly as I was back then, but with all my strength, I must fulfill her dream as I am right now. After the boy left, Nason acted like me because she wanted to do that. Her dream was always to be Hisui and to love Tohno. So I will grant her dream, for the sake of my childhood dream, and for Nason's dream, I will always, always be by his side. I hear noisy voices in the distance. It seems he's returned, but it's noisy. He's not alone. It looks like he brought some friends. A voice calls my name. Checking myself in the reflection of the window, I hurry to the entrance. The sky, the infinite deep blue sky. Hisui greets the long-awaited boy, takes delight in such normal things, and returns a smile. Something that will continue tirelessly, day after day. A long-awaited peaceful world. I've been waiting for it for so long, always believing one day I'd be flying freely. I always stood by the window looking up at the deep sky. That one day wings would sprout from this world, and wings would sprout from this back, and I'll smile like Nason with that boy. This is what the little girl so long ago dreamed of. That ending was fucked. That's all I have to say. It was like... my goodness, so boring. I don't want to say boring, but like a little bit, you know, with the whole, like, I just kept being basically restricted to my bed, not able to do anything. But once all of, like, everything clicked into place, like why the medicine was making me feel that way, like why I felt worse after taking it, everything, like with Kohaku, like what a reveal at the end that was crazy. Now this is making me excited for the Kohaku route, because I feel like she's the one who really needs to be saved. Like, I thought Hisui was the one that, like, needed to be saved, but not really. Not really. Okay, so we still have to do the good end, so we'll go ahead and skip to that. Alright, so I'm curious to see what happens if we call it Kohaku's name this time. I'm assuming she's going to die, and we're not going to learn any of that information. Maybe we'll learn it from Hisui about, like, what actually happened with Kohaku, because she... from, you know, at the end with Hisui talking about, like, all the stuff Kohaku did, she was aware of everything she went through for her. Shiki lunges with a cry. His black shape explodes forward like a firework. I can't make it from here. If there's anything that would make it, it would be... Damn. Akiha turns towards Shiki. She instantly prepares for his attack. But the black figure isn't going towards Akiha. Shiki lunges not at Akiha, but at Kohaku-san, who stands next to her. He knows, just like I'm able to move right now because of Hisui's power. He knows Akiha's overwhelming power is possible from Kohaku-san's help. Kohaku-san, get down! I shout, like if I knew Shiki was going for Kohaku all along. I shout from the bottom of my lungs. Kohaku! Akiha throws her body in front of her. I don't believe it. She's sacrificing her body to protect Kohaku-san? Shiki raises his voice and with his arm thrusting like a spear aims for Kohaku's face. Akiha forces herself in between them. Her timing's perfect. I don't want to look. I don't want to see Akiha die as she protects Kohaku-san. No! Right before it happens, I hear a voice which I've never heard before. Kohaku-san's crying voice. The sound of rending flesh. Red blood drips down onto the hallway. Kohaku-san's voice almost sounds absent-minded. She quickly pushed Akiha away. She pushed Akiha trying to protect her and threw herself in front of Shiki's claws. You... Shiki's voice quivers with anger. Red blood continues to flow forth. No, no, Akiha, I didn't mean to hurt you. He shakes his head. In front of Shiki, Akiha lies collapsed, her arm coated with blood. Just her arm, though! Thanks to Kohaku-san pushing her away, it seems only Akiha's arm was shredded by Shiki's claws. Lying on the ground, Akiha writhes in agony, clutching her arm. Shiki stands dumbstruck, shaking as he looks down. Kohaku-san, fixated with surprise, stands there unmoving like a doll. The whole like a doll thing, right? We get it now, and she even seems surprised about her actions because she totally wanted Akiha to die. But then she had like a last minute hang of consciousness, or what's like just guilt. You son of a you bitch, are you trying to get in my way? Shiki lifts his head. Kohaku-san is in front of him. Why is it? She's just standing there, not moving a muscle, as if her soul has fled her body. You also get in my way? Shiki howls. Shiki-sama, Hisui's pleading voice. She doesn't even have to tell me. Like Kohaku-san protecting Akiha, this time I'll stop him for sure. Shiki. I run, my glasses already off. The lines I see are across his neck and from his upper left chest to his stomach. Either one will do. If I work my knife through either one, it will surely kill him. Gripping my knife firmly, I fly down the hallway with a speed that surprises even myself. Shiki turns towards me, but I'm much faster. His anguished cry reverberates through the hallway. An insane laugh. It was too shallow. How naive. In front of Akiha, I hesitated in cutting her real brother's neck. The line that runs through his body. I was only able to cut it halfway. Ha 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 ha. Laughing wildly, Shiki pulls back. Like that, he escapes towards the stairs. Following him would be easy, but there's something more important for me to do. Akiha, hang in there. Kneeling down, I look over her body. This is terrible. Her right arm is almost split in two and painted an awful crimson. Nissan, why are you here? Her eyes are hazy, her shallow breathing, her pale face. The figure of death stretches across her body. Why aren't you resting in your room? Don't talk. We can talk about it later. For now, just don't talk. No, I won't. Nissan, how long have you been here? It's spreading. With her bleeding, her lines of death spread across her body. It's all right. Just be quiet, please. I beg of you, for now. Just calm down, please. Okay, if you say so, then I will be obedient, Nissan. With a forced smile, Akiha closes her mouth. No, that... Simply put, she's so weak she can't even speak. No, wait, I'll stop the bleeding. Taking off my shirt, I wrap it around her arm. Damn, this is useless. Shit. The bleeding doesn't stop, she'll die. I wonder if Kohaku's gonna, like, give up her life to save Akiha. I don't know, we'll see. I frantically tie it around her arm. I know it will not help her, but I can't think of anything else to do. I know that I'm starting to go crazy, but I still cannot calm myself. Shiki-sama, please calm down. If you tie it any tighter, it won't help her. Hisui, but it's all right. Akiha-sama will not die. If Nissan's here, Akiha-sama will heal. Nissan, is that not right? Hisui pulls Kohaku-san, who is still standing like a motionless doll, and sits her next to Akiha. Nissan, for now, please. Synchronize with Akiha-sama. You destroyed everything because you wanted Akiha-sama saved. Is that not right? Hisui wraps both her hands around Kohaku-san's white hand, but Kohaku-san's gaze is still empty. But maybe Hisui's words reach her after all. Akiha's blood stops spilling forth. I relax. With this, I can be assured. The uneasiness that gripped me before, the uneasiness that Akiha would meet the worst fate, starts to gradually disappear. Akiha will be helped by Hisui and Kohaku-san. So, as Tohno Shiki, I will have to end this. Hisui, I leave Akiha and Kohaku-san to you. Shiki-sama, you're still planning to go, are you not? We are the same type, he and I. The least I can do is put him to rest. Hisui wordlessly stares at me. Her eyes beg me not to go, but I can't listen to them. Thank you for everything up until now. I'm so glad you were with me. I walk away, feeling her watch me as I leave. I follow after Shiki. A path of blood continues. Maybe he didn't really try to escape, or maybe he isn't even sane enough to understand what running away means. Shiki's standing in the hallway as if waiting for me. Shiki, I call out. Shiki looks over to me with unfocused eyes. Ha, you again? Shiki doesn't move, probably because of the wounds by me and Akiha. He doesn't have a body that can move properly. Shit, I failed again. It won't work out right. Why is everything getting ruined? It won't work. It never works. I always mess up. That's strange. Why is she getting in my way? He came just like I was told, so why does he always get in my way? Shiki's eyes are just hollow orbs. Maybe he didn't even see anyone from the very beginning. He only sees me before him, holding my knife as just another obstacle. Shiki, are you in pain? In pain? Me? Why? Shiki laughs as if it's so funny. It slowly stands up. I'm not in any pain. This is a wonderful life. No matter what I do, no one can punish me. Shiki's eyes burn with a desire to kill. It seems that he's ready, underneath the moonlight, even though I've known him for so long. I take my first step towards the enemy I just met tonight. Fine, let's fight to the death. All those who get in my way are my enemy. I'll kill you all. You, Akiha, Kohaku, just like that old man who wanted to lock me up till he died. Or till I died. I'll kill you all. Shiki screams like a raving lunatic. Maybe because the figure looks terribly pitiful. Even though this is a fight to the death, I remain cool and collected, like ice. Shiki attacks me head-on. It's nothing difficult. Like I'm cutting meat on a plate, I easily slice through Tohno Shiki. Thud. Shiki's head falls to the floor. His powerless body falls against mine. I don't feel anything. I don't feel regret, pain, hatred, or disgust. Like who Kohaku-san was earlier. I just stand like a doll. An unbelievable laughing voice. Shiki's laughing head rolls on the ground. You are wonderful. This is the first time I felt this cold pain. What a superb hinderer you are. Still laughing, his face dissolves into ash. Gradually, it disappears into the wind. Shiki is disappearing. Before he does, he looks up at me and curiously says, So, who are you anyway? Eh? Who are you? You don't know? I'm the Tohno Shiki you were always targeting. I see. You're Shiki. His disappearing face. What's this? You look nothing like what I heard. With that, he completely disappears. It's over. With this, it's over. I don't feel anything. I won't feel those splitting headaches. I can return to life as normal, but I don't feel happy. And just what ended? Why? I feel dizzy. Shiki's last words won't fade away. Something did end, but I don't know what ended, or in the beginning, what I was trying to end. I look up at the moon. In the vague darkness, my heart is enthralled. Until Hisui came, I just stood in dumb amazement, standing in the moonlight. Yay, everybody survived. I wonder if we're still going to have that chat with Kohaku, though. It's going to be awkward considering Akiha is still alive, but she obviously changed her mind at the last minute about having her killed. The next week passed quickly. Shiki's body vanished without a trace, and the wound in Akiha's arm was treated. Even though my place as Tohno Shiki became vague, I can't go back to being Nanaya Shiki. I don't know if she understands my feelings or not about it, but Akiha hasn't said one word about that night. If Akiha, the head of the household, is going to play dumb, then I think I continue my life as Tohno Shiki. The peaceful days have returned. Since Shiki disappeared, all my strength has returned, and Akiha is healing well too. Kohaku-san and Hisui go back to their regular duties at the mansion, and there isn't a trace of uneasiness. I want to believe there isn't. Nissan? It's noon already, Nissan. I hear a voice. Geez, even though it's so nice outside, please do not sleep in such a place. If you want to take a nap, do so in your room. Fingers tap my shoulders. With that, I wake from my dream. Good morning, Akiha. Don't say morning. Come to the sitting room only to sleep? Just what were you thinking, Nissan? Well, I was thinking about this and that. Giving a deep sigh, I get up from the sofa. Wait a minute, Nissan. Are you going to actually go to sleep in your room? Hey, don't you think you should actually do something worthwhile on your day off? To give you examples, like going out to deepen bonds with family members or invite them to have fun out of gratitude. I think what Akiha says is worthwhile is very limited. Well, I do think so. It's just that what you think is worthwhile is different from what I think is worthwhile. Sleeping twice would just be a waste. The reason why I want to go to my room is simple. It takes a lot of effort to face you right after waking up, so I thought I'd refresh my head in my own room. What's that supposed to mean, Nissan? Nothing. I just can't answer all your little scoldings when my head's still dozy, so I'm just gonna go to my territory to regroup, that's all. We can talk more during lunch. Waving, I turn away. Akiha watches me silently, but her face tells me she wants to complain. Looks like I'll have to be ready during lunchtime. I come to my room. While I was dozing in the sitting room, it looked like Hisui cleaned my room, but this is really a dull room if I have to say it myself. Other than a bed and a desk, the room is completely empty. It's close to winter, so I should probably get some heating equipment. Akiha is pretty noisy about it, but I never feel like using the fireplace. What's this on the desk? A letter I don't remember is placed there. I'm curious, so I open it. The letter says, I'm waiting underneath the tree. Okay, so Kohaku is, I'm guessing, going to confess everything, or maybe this is Hisui. I don't know. Hisui was in my room, so why? Saying that, I crumple the paper. Opening the drawer, I place the knife with the engraving Nanatsu Yoru in my pocket. I can't pretend like I didn't see it. Taking a deep breath to compose myself, I leave my room. The fact that he's got a knife makes me think that he is going to be talking to Kohaku. I don't know when I realized it. It all started when I thought everything turned out pretty conveniently. The happenstances and circumstances surrounding the connection between Shiki and I were too convenient. Shiki had his lair at my school, but he never attacked me, his most hated enemy. If Shiki had ever felt like it, I probably would have killed a long time ago. I could only think things ended this way because someone readied a convenient plot. When I get there, she's waiting with her usual smile. You're late, Shiki-san. I've been waiting since morning, but it's noon already. Yeah, sorry. I fell asleep in the sitting room and just got back to my room. I see. I messed up. I knew I should have told you directly. That may be true, I nod. She smiles at me. But it's good you came. Now we can talk, just the two of us. She smiles happily. With a smile on her face, she begins to speak like it's nothing. You realized it, didn't you, Shiki-san? I can't nod or shake my head. I knew it, she laughs. Shiki-san, I was the one who made Shiki-sama like that. I gave Akiha-sama my blood so she'd turn more into one of the Tohno blood. But I was the one who gave Shiki-sama wrong information and made him attack innocent people. I didn't want her to say it. When we were small, the one who was always watching from the distance wasn't Hisui, it was me. Kohaku-san. Back then, I intentionally distracted Akiha-sama so Shiki-sama could have an opening. Kohaku. But I really messed up. Akiha-sama and Shiki-sama were both supposed to die there. Kohaku! Looking down, all I can do is shout her name. It's fine. Shiki-san? Is it gonna be like, you saved her in the end, so you clearly don't want her to die. It's fine, all of it's over, so I don't want to hear that kind of story. Those words are truly how I feel. Such a reality. It's better if I don't realize it. Kohaku-san can just be Kohaku-san, always smiling, thinking of Hisui dearly, being such good friends with Akiha, and laughing when we talk about stupid things. I wanted Kohaku-san to stay like that. I don't care about that. You can just be here, and it will be fine. She doesn't answer. A long, painful silence. No, that won't do, Shiki-san. What I did can't be ignored. I failed. I've lost the reason that moved me these past years. So this Kohaku-san will just disappear. What? I lift my head. Over there, she looks like she always does. But I thought you had the right to blame me. You're the only one who's not connected with the Tohno house. I used you in my plot against Akiha-sama and Shiki-sama, so if you wish to blame me, you can do whatever you like. The right. No one has the right to blame you, Kohaku-san. That's right. Ever since she was a small child and came to this mansion, she had to receive all the crimes of Tohno Makihisa. She couldn't ask for help. Nobody helped her. She lived that life for years. Then that's... If you want to talk about rights, you had to have every right to take revenge. I can only imagine what happened to you. But you only could not... Oh my gosh, why am I having such trouble talking? But you only could hold nothing but a grudge against the Tohno family. I know I'm just sounding clever, but I say those unsatisfactory lies. No, I didn't have a grudge against Makihisa-sama or Akiha-sama at all, so what I did wasn't revenge. I just thought that was what a human would have done, only for my sake. I put Makihisa-sama and Shiki-sama in a trap. I tried to get Akiha-sama dead too. That was all I had. There really wasn't any feelings behind it. Her smile doesn't fade. But that's a lie. If it's true, then I would have hated her from the bottom of my heart. No, that's wrong. Kohaku-san, you just want to think that. If that was true, then why did you protect Akiha? Kohaku-san, you have emotions. You liked Akiha, so you destroyed your own plan yourself. For just an instant, she lowers her glance just a little bit and smiles again. That's right, I destroyed my own plan. Really, Shiki-sama should have killed me back then. I made it so that only one of us would stay alive after that. But why did we both end up surviving? Because this is the good ending, that's why. She seemed troubled as she says this, and her smile returns. Simple. It's because you wanted Akiha to live, and you wanted to stay alive too. And everything's alright. Even though you planned it all, I'm happy. Akiha's still alive, you're still alive, so that makes me really happy. Is that not enough for you, Kohaku-san? Tears come out as I say so. I can't stop my feelings, which are more full of regret than pity. I already understand that this person will not return. Since then, from the time she protected Akiha, she became broken and couldn't come back. I understand that too well. Shiki-san, are you crying? That's stupid, crying over a doll in a play that broke. Yes, it really is stupid. Hey, Shiki-san, I said I didn't hate anyone, but there's one person I hated. You understand, right? I think I hated you, because if you weren't there, I could have just stared out the window without even thinking. Smiling, she turns away. Her sleeves flutter like butterfly wings. My legs want to dash forward, but I can't move, even one step. I feel if I move one step towards her, something will happen that I can't take back. You are the only one I hated. Everyone else I neither liked nor hated. I lost those emotions. So saving Akiha-sama was only an accident. Her figure starts to become hazy. Kohaku-san, I have a bad feeling about this. I can't place it, but I have a terrible feeling. Then, Nei-san, a voice calling for her echoes through the air. Hisui, Hisui-chan. Our voices overlap. Gasping for breath, Hisui looks directly at her. Hisui-chan, why? Her voice is shaking. Taking it, she looks sharply at her. Lies. With a short, strong voice, Hisui says so. Everything you say are lies, Nei-san. You saved Akiha-sama back then because you like her. And I know you can't hate Shiki-sama. I hear a sharp gasp. Still turned around, she looks extremely frightened. Is that not right? You played my role, so you can't hate Shiki-sama. You played the role of Hisui from back then, so you loved Shiki-sama and tried to protect Akiha-sama. You are not an empty human like you think you are. Hisui's voice hangs in the air. Kohaku doesn't turn back and just answers no. Geez, if you'd never slept in the sitting room, then Hisui-chan would have never noticed us. Shiki-san, you really do throw all my plans into disarray. Still facing the other way, she laughs. She holds up a finger to her mouth. Gulp. I hear the sound of something being swallowed. I run. Oh no! She took some medicine to kill herself, I'm guessing. I run, but I don't make it in time. Before I can reach her, she collapses to the ground, coughing up blood. Thud. A hard, sickening noise. Still smiling, she drips red blood from her mouth. Nei-san! Hisui holds her, but that, no matter who looks at it, it's already too late. Well, never mind. Guess not everybody made it through to the end. Nei-san, Nei-san! Cradling the unmoving girl's head, Hisui frantically calls out. It seems her feelings overflow like the blood pouring from Kohaku's mouth. Her mouth opens and closes over and over. Nei-san, Nei-san, hold on! A desperate cry. Seeing that, the girl smiles like a child. Huh? Don't do that, Hisui-chan. Crying like that. It feels like back then. What? Nei-san, why? Because if I don't do so, you won't be able to return to the way you were. Her words in pieces, and with glazed eyes, she speaks to Hisui. Nei-san. Her face contorts in grief. Her tears flood her face. Why? That's fine. I was okay with the way I was. If you were happy, then I was happy. I was always protected by you, so I was always happy. Painfully, she swallows her last words. Why? You should have stayed like Hisui, Nei-san. Like Hisui, the one you admired long ago. So why are you returning to me now? A tear falls. Maybe Hisui's tears caused it. She nods quietly. That's right. I really had fun. It was all just an act, but it was really fun. So I hoped, Hisui-chan, that you were having fun too. Her blood drips out. She speaks, blood dripples out of her mouth. Nei-san, hang on. This can't be. Why? Why do you have to die? There's no reason for you to die, Nei-san. Hisui's voice can no longer reach her. Her chest rising and falling, she just looks up at the deep, deep blue sky. It's pretty. I can never go outside, but I always remembered the color of the sky. Nei-san? Nei-san. Just those little things were my days. Hisui-chan, Shiki-san, and Akiha-sama were there. And there was such a pretty sky overhead. I can't remember it too well. Those fun things are starting to disappear. Her energy drains away. The remaining light in her eyes is disappearing. I'm wondering, okay, this is like a weird time for me to be remembering this, but like when Hisui was saying about how like, oh, Kohaku, we put her outside because she's like really clumsy and she just breaks stuff inside. I wonder if that was just a cover for her to be like, Kohaku never got to go outside as a child, so it was just like, let's let her be outside as much as possible to make up for it. Let's see. The remaining light in her eyes is disappearing. That, I could not let it be. I take out my knife. My glasses are already off. All that is left. Shiki-sama, what are... Hisui holds on to me. I'm going to save Kohaku-san. Please be quiet and trust me. Oh, is he gonna, like, cut the poison out of her? Oh, shit. I pull free and look hard at her body, just like that time with Yumizuka. That time, I found Yumizuka's polluted blood and killed it, so I should be able to kill the poison she drank. The headache gets worse. It feels like someone is stabbing my skull with a knife. It's so bad I want to close my eyes. I guess looking at something wrong in someone else's body is difficult. The pain warns me this is surpassing the limits of my ability. My breathing explodes into harsh gasping. Bubbles escape from my open mouth. My entire world is red. As if my bodily fluids turn to poison, my body is burning from the inside. Yeah, but still, I stare at it, not caring if I go blind. My senses disassociate. My world becomes a white sheet. As the sound of my blood vessels burning away roars in my ears, I quickly, before I'm unable to move, find the poison in her body and kill it. Hey, we can all live happily ever after, perhaps, maybe? Yay, we've got the happy music. Okay, the first scenery I've seen in a few days is this white examination room. All set. It seems like you're fine, Shiki-kun. I don't see any cloudiness, and your condition should not return. You can go back to your normal life now. The doctor continues scribbling away as he's done these past few days. His face, which I see for the first time, looks somewhat kind. Well then, take care. Yeah, but don't strain yourself for a while. You always seem to push yourself too hard. I understand. Thank you so much for your help. I bow with heartfelt thanks, and I stand up from the chair. I go out into the hallway. In the waiting room is Hisui. Not having seen her face in days, I wave to her excitedly. She quickly runs to my side to support me. Well then, shall we go? We can meet Kohaku-san starting today, right? And we can all go on our trip together. Hisui nods. Shiki-sama, is your body really okay? Hisui looks up at me, full of worry. Hey, a doctor's a person who can't let unhealed people go free. If I get to leave the hospital, that means I'm fine. I'm used to being in hospitals, so trust me. Yes, that's why I worry. There never was an instance where you'd come back from the hospital fully healed. Huh. Hisui really talks a lot now. Well, that's the truth, so I can't disagree. Anyway, I finally got the bandages off my eyes. I can see your face and my body's healed. There's no more problems. Come on, let's go see Kohaku-san. Pulling Hisui, who's still wanting to say something, I walk towards Kohaku-san's room. After that, after seeing me plunge my knife into Kohaku-san, Hisui panicked. But after seeing Kohaku-san's body was not harmed, that her breathing returned after that, and seeing me collapsing, she ran to save all of us, even though she was still in a panic. As a result, Kohaku-san was saved. I fell into a condition where my eyes wouldn't function, in addition to the decrease in my physical body strength. Well, I somehow understood that I went blind. When I stabbed my knife into her body, the only thing I was able to see were those lines. So when I was told I went blind, it didn't shock me that much. But then, my sight came back shortly after. The examination revealed absolutely nothing wrong with my eyes, but only problems with my nerves. Rather than my cut nerves connecting themselves, it seems that it's more like the nerves which were numb healed up. It seems my eyes will not go blind so easily, or it might even be if I do go blind, I'll still see those lines. Well, those are trivial matters. The important fact is Kohaku-san and I were saved, but Kohaku-san wasn't fully saved. She was able to recover, but in turn, she lost something. Shiki-sama. Yeah, go ahead. I think it's probably better if you went in first. After answering yes, she knocks on the door. A voice tells us to come in, and we enter the room. Did she lose maybe her memories or something? Kohaku-san is the only one in the room. She sits up in bed and looks at Hisui and I. Kohaku-san isn't smiling. With uneasy eyes, she looks at her guests. Ah, she did lose her memories, so she doesn't have to feel any guilt. May I please ask who you are? With those words, Hisui's shoulders shake a bit. We've come to see how you're doing. Please, excuse us, Ne-san. Kohaku-san looks at Hisui with surprised eyes after she hears the word Ne-san. She sits next to Kohaku-san. I don't want to be in the way, so I sit down on a chair by the wall. Kohaku-san looks uneasily back and forth between Hisui's face and mine. I'm sorry, it's a bit strange. I feel like I know both of you, but I cannot remember either of you. Her voice sounds very apologetic. This isn't a joke or anything, as she really does mean those words. There is some problem with her memory. I think I was told so before by Hisui. Kohaku-san was no longer the Kohaku-san from before. No, that's not quite right. The system of the brain can be divided into 4 functions: recording, preserving, playback, and recognition. It seems that Kohaku-san had something wrong with her preserving function. The doctor said she can return to her normal lifestyle, but she can't remember most of her past. It isn't so much she can't remember it, rather it's more like she lost it. The preservation of her memories up until now. All that information was lost. There's nothing to remember. Hey, everything's fixed! She doesn't have to remember her horrible childhood of trauma and abuse, and she can make happy memories with us. Everything is totally fine. So Kohaku-san cannot remember me or Hisui. Having her return to the way she was before really is a hopeless dream. I don't know if it was the near-fatal shock from the poison, or if Kohaku-san closed it off herself. But I know that the Kohaku-san has the body and heart she had before, but she's forgotten all about me, Hisui, and Akiha. Kohaku-san looks up at Hisui. Yes, Hisui answers, and Kohaku-san hesitantly starts to speak. Your face is the same as mine. Might I ask who you are? Her body freezes, but it's just for an instant. With a light smile, Hisui holds Kohaku-san's hand. I'm your little sister. Hisui-chan. She manages to let this response out. It's probably the most cruel response she could have given, but she still smiles gently and answers yes. I'm so sorry. I don't remember anything about you, Hisui-chan, or that person over there. I'm a little scared. I don't remember anything about you. Maybe there must be something wrong with me. Downcast, Kohaku-san looks like a lost child. Her face clouds over and her eyes are uneasy. She's not like Kohaku-san, but still, Hisui grips her hand tightly. No, don't worry, Ne-san. No matter how uneasy you are, I'll always be with you. Like how you always protected me, I will always, always protect you from now on, Ne-san. Kohaku-san's face is pure bewilderment. After looking at Hisui in surprise, Kohaku-san thanks her. Yes. Looking down in embarrassment, Hisui mumbles a response. Is there anything you need, like something to eat or something you want? Kohaku-san says yes and nods with her eyes in response to Hisui's attempt to hide her shyness. There isn't anything I want to eat, but there is something I want. Can I ask you? Kohaku-san doesn't look just at Hisui, but looks at me, sitting there. Yes, what is it, Ne-san? I think I never liked the name Kohaku, so I want a new name. Name? I wonder why. When she says that, only one name comes to me. The name has been discarded and only remains in memories. Shiki-sama. Hisui turns to me. Is she thinking of the same thing? She looks at me as if she wants confirmation. I nod in response. Hisui turns back to Kohaku-san and says, How does Nanaya sound? Nanaya. Kohaku-san murmurs as if testing the sound. Right after, she lifts her face up as if she remembered something. Yes, I think I like the sound of that. It seems awfully nostalgic for some reason. Saying that, she smiles. Her usual smile that blossoms like a rose. Finally, for the first time since she's awakened, she smiles happily. The two of them talking look perfectly natural. Naturally, the two of them peacefully pass their time as sisters. I don't know if her losing her memory was good or bad. Since all of her memories were painful, maybe it was a good thing that it happened, because from now on there will be nothing but happiness. Forgetting all the sorrowful incidents, she can earn a normal happiness. But looking at this blue sky, I just can't help but think back. The young girl standing by the window. I know the past for her is something to be forgotten about, but still, if I could, I wanted that Kohaku-san to become happy. But that's a wish that can no longer be granted, so I just have to end that wish right now. Underneath the longed-for blue sky, I imagined for the last time her carefree smile like a lingering flower. Shiki-sama, may I please have a moment? After we leave the moment, Hisui suddenly asks me that question. Sure, what is it? We still have time, so there's somewhere I wish to go. Somewhere you wish to go? Not understanding, I tilt my head. Come on, let's go, Shiki-sama. Hisui pulls my hand forcefully and starts running. She takes me to a grassy plain outside of the city. Autumn is ending and the sky is deep. The wind that blows through the flowers and onto our faces seems to blow through our hearts. I wonder also, because it reminds me of like the very beginning when he was in the grass outside the hospital. The girl that he met a long time ago with red hair, are we ever going to learn who that woman is? Maybe she's related to Hisui and Kohaku for some reason because they all have red hair? Why'd you want to come here? Who knows? To be honest, there really isn't a reason. It's just that when we were coming to the hospital, I saw this field from the train. I wonder if this is the same field I was at when I was a kid. Hisui says this trivially as she stands by my side. I don't get it. It's a nice place, but it doesn't seem that special. If you wanted to play, we should go to another... No, this is the right place to visit. I wanted to come, not somewhere in the city, but somewhere quiet and beautiful, and it makes me feel positive. A place where you can return to your usual self. With a light smile, she looks up at me. My usual self? Yes, when you were in the hospital room, you looked so depressed. I understand how you feel, and I'm glad you feel that way, but it's not what Nason wanted. Hisui reaches out. She lightly places her hands on mine. Is that not right? I think it's better if you cheer up. Shiki-sama, you may not have realized it, but you smell like sunshine. That is the Shiki-sama I like, and will always like. Her eyes look at me directly. Those eyes are really kind and optimistic. Hisui's the one that smells like sunshine. 8 years ago. It feels like we returned to that time when Akiha and I and her would run around the garden. Really, I think I'm the gloomy one if you ask me. You're just someone who does not like to start conversation that much, but to me, no, to us, you are like this open field. Her fingers move. I feel her squeeze me tighter. So there, please don't make that face, Shiki-sama. Akiha-sama was saved, and even Nason was saved. There's no reason for you to be sad. Nason is still alive. Then I'm sure she'll return to the way she was someday. And even if not, I'll make her many times happier. You do not have time to be sad, because we have to help Nason and Akiha-sama be happier from now on. What she's saying is fairly preposterous, so I wonder why, after hearing those words, I feel a ray of light shining into my gloomy heart. That's right, I'm her big brother, so it's only natural to do such a thing. Hisui nods. Yeah, it might be hard, but we have to do it, because I want them to be happy too. Yes, I know you can do it. Nodding strongly, she holds my hand against her chest. I can feel her heartbeat. The delicate warmth of her body serenely blows like the wind through the grass into my own heart. Besides, if you do not cheer up, I'd be very troubled. Why? Hisui's cheeks flush, but she still looks directly at me. You're the only one who can make me happy. I want to always be near your side. Always be near your sunshine. She stands on her tiptoes to kiss me. The sky is high. Underneath the sky where there's no sadness, I receive the warmth of the one I love the most. From the field is the gentle smell of sunshine. Hisui's words are exactly right. We lost a lot, but we haven't lost everything. Days will still go on into the future. Then we have to go on and try our best to make everyone live happily. Thanks. Holding her delicate body, I close my eyes. Tears flow down my cheeks, but there's no sadness. Life itself is fun enough. I've known that for a long time. Then, holding Hisui's hand, I'll walk on and have no regrets. There we go. That was a much happier ending. The one before was, like, really depressing. Like, almost everybody died. And that is the finality, at least, of the Hisui route. So now we're going on to the final one, which is the Kohaku route. And I thought Kohaku was going to be kind of like one of the more boring characters, because she just seemed like, oh, she's just the happy, carefree servant who's not even my servant. And Hisui seemed to be the one that was like the doll, per se. Like, she was the one who really seemed mysterious, and she was in a way. But now knowing Kohaku's, like, that was a lot of information they just threw at me at the end there that just like really flipped everything on its head. So that's making me actually really interested to see Kohaku's route, and that's going to be the final one. And I mean, I hate to say it, but I think this is my least favorite one. Like, the ending was pretty cool, actually. Like, all the revelation about Kohaku kind of being the mastermind behind, like, killing everybody, basically. And yeah, like, the revelation about, like, I knew that she had obviously suffered, but yeah, to have it plainly spelled out was like, woof. And then for her saying, like, since she was 8, and I'm like, oh, I can see why she would want her revenge. But yeah, that makes me very interested to see. I guess the thing is, like, we're gonna have to save her from herself, try and give her happier days, and to have her not hate the Tohno family, and to stop her from, you know, carrying out her grand plan. So that's got me interested. But yeah, overall this route was like, with the exception of the end, I found it kind of boring, not gonna lie. Like, Hisui felt like kind of a background character to her own route in a way. Like, it feels like we almost got more information about Kohaku. So yeah, this is probably my least favorite route, but the ending was pretty good. Like, that was pretty effective. It just felt like all the good stuff happened right at the end. And, you know, like, the beginning with Yumizuka was very similar too, so it felt like there wasn't too much new stuff happening for most of it. So yeah, so far this, like, I think this is probably gonna be my least favorite route, but I'm excited to do the Kohaku route, see how that goes, and, you know, finish up Tsukihime. And like I said, maybe we'll find out, like, still don't know who that red-haired woman is at the very beginning. Like, maybe we'll find out what's going on with her, like who she is at the end, but we'll just have to wait and see. So stay tuned next time for the beginning of the Kohaku route, the final route of Tsukihime. Hopefully you're looking forward to it. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch you next time. Until then, bye. Special shoutouts to my top tier patrons: Revealing Storm, Lynn's VA, Kenju Storm, Icognito, Sean, and Waz RD1.